No man forget how menacing we are. We are lions.
You can overcome any adversary, no matter how bizarre their powers may seem.
Don't know when to give up, do you?
I can do this all day.
It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
There can be only one.
Welcome, everybody. We got an awesome stream for you all tonight. We are in the finals of Boutique Battle Bash. Only took like a year and a half to get here, so not too long. But we got Second Sight versus Scream Factory tonight. Should be a lot of fun. Now, judges, I got to get your insight. For me, I want to see some new stuff tonight. No more Halloween again for the 800th time. I want to see some new stuff on both sides. That's where my vote's going tonight. How do you feel, Nate? Where's your vote going here?
Yeah, I kind of agree. Second, I know Scream Factory has way more to choose from, but I also feel like they show the same stuff. So, you know, they have like 2,000 things to pick from. Second Sight has less, but I agree. I want to see something like really interesting. But I will just vote for whoever sells me the best, like Huck always says.
Ooh, you guys like the salespeople, I see. Huck, is that you too?
Look, I think it's got to come down to, especially if we see some repeats. Because, look, let's be honest. Sometimes when the heat is on and maybe your team is down and the only banger you have is that box set that we've seen before, whatever, and you pull it, it could still beat the other person. Maybe the other person pulled trash. And it's like, oh, why did you pull that on your last one? So, yeah, I want fresh stuff, but you never know. People may have to get desperate. They might get desperate, y'all. So,
I know. Somebody might want to go toe-to-toe.
Someone pull Halloween 5. No one's pulled Halloween 5. I've seen 3. I've seen 1. I've seen the other ones. 5. I don't even like 5. But I'm just saying, you know?
All right. So, looks like we are ready to go here. Audience, do all the stuff, knock out the likes and subscribes, turn on the notification bells, hype up this video, put in a comment in the live chat. If you're watching this on the replay, put in a comment as well. Who were you going for, Second Sight or Scream Factory? What's your favorite Scream Factory titles and Second Sight titles? We need good recommendations out there as well. And then, Nate, what were you going to add in there?
Yeah, I put a poll on my Instagram story of who did the people think was going to win tonight. And last I checked, it was like 75% to Scream Factory.
Wow.
So, oh, really?
Yeah. The people are saying they think that's who's going to win. So I don't know.
All right. And Mike, we got the logos ready. So there we go.
Oh, man. That's more than I have. I forgot I'm judging tonight. So I might need to go grab some stuff. But audience, there also is a giveaway here tonight. So basically how the giveaway works, of course, if you want to become a high tier member for the low price of, it's around $20 or something, but you become a high tier member for the month, then you can have this brand new sealed copy of Deep Blue Sea edition, nice thick box. Normally it's about $60, as you can see. That's just becoming a member for a month. Maybe you cancel after the month. I don't know. Well, I'll know, but still, it's okay. So there we go. That is the option there tonight. Or if you don't want to become a high tier member, maybe you're afraid of commitment. I understand. If we get 5 super chats tonight from 5 different people, then we'll kind of randomize it later on. Put those names in a randomizer, and then somebody will get the giveaway. There we go. That also works. Pretty good, right? I gave options to the audience tonight.
Good stuff.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get in these amazing teams tonight. So let's go ahead and bring out Scream Factory team. Johnny has been here for a while, right, Johnny?
Yes, yes, I have been here for a while. I still don't know how I'm hung around this long. Because I keep saying to myself, there's no way in hell I'm going to win this round, and yet I do. So here I am. I'm here.
Nice. And then I'll bring out Jody and Aaron, and you guys introduce yourselves while I go run something to vote with.
Oh, yeah. We're back. We're going to win this one, guys. Johnny, I feel good about this. I feel good.
Guys, I think we got this. I am sick as a dog, so I'm just running off of NyQuil and dreams right now. So I'm gonna bring it as much as I can, gentlemen.
That way the blur seems interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna get the further the show goes, the better it's gonna get. I guarantee you.
I'm ready for this. I have my CBC shirt on, so there you go.
Oh, look at there.
Nice.
So I'm representing CBC tonight. A place I almost worked actually because I went to school for journalism. But I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this round. Happy 13th anniversary Scream Factory. Gotta say that.
Yeah.
Finding Day of the Dead with that new upcoming 4K release. That's gonna be a banger. Apparently people have seen it, and it looks really, really amazing.
Nice.
No pressure to try and win on the birthday of Scream.
Yeah, no, like no pressure though. Just saying, just putting it out there.
Sure.
Just saying.
You're putting it in the universe, so it comes back to you. I like that.
In ether, right?
All right, there we go. So for Scream Factory, I have this to represent my vote. Yay! Escape from New York. All right. And then for second sight, because I can't find my only second sight title, I guess I'll be showing an Arrow title.
Oh God,
that is weird. Okay,
you just wrote it on a piece of paper, Mike.
I tried looking for it. I'm like, where are you? I can't find you. Title.
I'll be going with Your Next for second sight, and I'll be going with the classic 13 Ghosts for Scream.
Wow. Yeah, there we go.
I actually love that movie. I was on a podcast talking about the movie.
I love that movie too. So.
Jake all shaking his head. What do you got to say?
Collusion, Mike. Collusion. I don't like it. We beat Arrow Video in the last round, so it's kind of apropos you're using that.
I tried to look for my second sight title. I could not find it.
What was your one second sight title?
Late Night with the Devil. That's the one I have.
It's not a bad one.
It's a good one.
Pretty good one, yeah.
All right, Jordan, you excited for second sight?
Of course, I'm excited. Well, we'll see how it goes. I know with Scream Factory's birthday and all, you guys have some pressure on you, so we'll see.
And Nate Jones, how about you?
Oh yeah, totally ready for second sight to win. You know, I've been with Jake and Jordan for a long time on this, and I feel like we've been a really strong team. So I'm very confident in this.
Awesome.
Well, just remember, if you guys lose to Scratch Factory, then you guys should hang your.
You know what, John?
All right. Well, let's get started. First round packaging, just basically the outside. I mean, what do we like to see there that makes us want to buy the movie? Not talking about the disc, not talking about the movie, just the casing. Simple as that. All right, so let's get into a nice clean fight here. We will start with Scream Factory. So, Aaron, you are up.
Oh, me? Really? Okay. I wasn't ready for this. I mean, but I wanted to go with different stuff this time around. And I can actually talk about the packaging of this one pretty well because I've seen the packaging in the country that it comes from. This is Rec, the collection. It is one of my favorites with directed by Jaime Balaguerro and Paco Plaza. It is a quadrilogy of films from Spain. I've actually had in my hands the Spanish version of this collection. This, and which is lenticular, but does not look as good as this. This thing is incredible. It is a hardbox set. It is one of my favorite film franchises. I love every single Rec. I don't like Quarantines as much. I like the first Quarantine. I hate the fact that, on the cover of Quarantine gives away the ending. Don't you hate that? But look at this, man. Look at this. Is the original. This is creepy. Just looking at this is creepy. We got Rec 2. These are the things nightmares are made of. Then we get into like the more action-oriented stuff, and I love this. This is a banger of a poster. I love the cover for this right here. Girl with Chainsaw, and we got the fourth one. It passes like a Stephanie Crawford would say, passes the knock test. It is hard, not all the way through, and it's loaded. It doesn't matter. It's loaded with special features, but the set itself is just amazing. I had another set that I thought about doing for this, but I'm saving it for later. But not when it comes to this. The Rec series is a underrepresented series. Balaguerro in general doesn't get talked about enough, and he really should get talked about more because his stuff is absolutely fantastic. And these here are wonderful. And coming on spooky season, this is one of the more spooky ones that you're going to get. Because here's the thing. The set alone, the look of this can give me nightmares, let alone watching films. This freaks me the hell out every time. So I'm going to put it down over here so I don't look at the cover because I am a visual person and I get freaked out easily. So, yeah. There we go.
All right, Jake, you're up.
Well, this choice that I have also freaks me out because it happened in real life, and that always makes me nervous. I'm also trying to do different picks. It's the last time we're ever going to do these, so let's go out with a bang. And speaking of bangs, I got Monster right here. I feel like this box set, this image alone is very haunting and mesmerizing at the same time. Does a very good job at kind of showcasing what the movie has to offer here. I didn't notice this until I opened up the case, that this is one continuous image. So you open up the case, you can kind of see that a little better here, which is a great representation, if the glare goes away, geez, or a good representation of what the movie is. It's just like she doesn't like kind of being in the place where she is, but she did not have the best upbringing, and she's a messed up person because of it. This release also has a bunch of everybody's favorite character cards, but at least these are a little bit tinted to kind of go along with the blue. Just, I don't know, very strong yet striking images here. Got some Christina Ricci right there. We also got a very nice booklet right here to go in to some essays, packaging wise. Some also good pictures in here. If you don't like the blue tints, you can go and look and get the press to your heart's content here. If you haven't seen Monster, highly recommend it. I'm hoping the release gets a 4K at some point. If Second Sight did put it out in 4K, that would be spectacular. But for right now, this is the best we have of this movie, and I'm happy to have it in the collection.
That's a gorgeous set. It's hard to go against that set, to be bluntly honest with you. I will say one thing, though. If I can do one thing tonight, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a moratorium on, like, is this going to go 4K? Because as much as I love 4Ks, I got a lot of 4Ks in my collection. Sometimes when you get a set like Monster on Blu-ray, you get like Wreck on Blu-ray, it's really at its peak.
Yeah, the found footage I get like not needing a 4K for that, but I feel like Monster would absolutely shine just because of how grotesque and like gray and drab it is. I feel like those colors would pop in all of the wrong ways, I guess. Get you deeper into the depression state.
Yeah, get deeply depressed. That's
that's what you want when you watch this movie. There's no escaping it.
All right, other team members, do we have anything to say on either side?
I like both these picks. I'm going to be honest. I'm all about my team, though. So go us.
They're both, great picks, but this is about packaging. We don't give two shits about the stuff that's on the inside of the packaging. It's what's on the outside. There's a book in there. We don't look. If we wanted to read a book, we'd read a book. We wouldn't want to watch the movie. So we're there to watch the movie. I'd take that book. I'd wipe my ass with it. I don't care. But it's about the packaging, not the stuff that comes on the inside of it. So packaging, Aaron's got it. Go read your book somewhere else.
If you really need to wipe your ass, there's paper in my set to do it with, Johnny. So you're welcome.
I would argue the book is part of the packaging because it's all included. It's not part of the disc. It's all part of the whole package, and that's what we're talking about.
But just looking at creepy Charlize Theron on the outside is not going to make me want to go pick that up. Now what Aaron's showing off,
just a creepy random girl.
I don't know what the hell that is on the front of Aaron's, but
Lee Charlize Theron, is a really big name actor who we get normal people who probably wouldn't want to buy random things, and be like, wow, this transformation is spectacular and terrifying. But also, I love both films. I just watched all four for the first time. I've seen the first one, years and years ago, but I never watched them until I think last year. So that was a lot of fun. But I love Monster as well, and that's a beautiful looking and terrifying looking, subtle artwork. So
I chose this partly because Call to Cinema, my channel is international, and I wanted to represent other countries. And I go to Spain 3 or 4 times a year. And Bulgaro is someone that I really think should get more representation. And this is a great choice, by the way, guys. Even if this is a win, if you're watching this is a wonderful choice for spooky season. It's a wonderful watch for spooky season, and I'm probably going to be watching it on my channel during spooky season, talking about it. So Yeah, but just to look at like the kind of like the camera, you can see like the camera focus right there. And that's so important to this film because it is that found footage film. It does, you become part of the ride along. It is such a scary, freaky film. And this really represents the film.
It's freaky seeing this person on a street knowing the background once you actually watch the movie. Like, that's actually terrifying if you're in the mood to actually go and pick somebody up and then whatever she does to you actually happens to you. Dear Lord, the stuff of nightmares, my friend.
All right, judges, I think we're ready to vote. So let's get our answers ready. All right, 1, 2, 3, reveal. Ooh, is that 2 Scream Factory?
Round 1.
Yep.
That was tough.
Nice ball.
I thought I was going to lose. I'm going to be bluntly honest with you because that is what was a great choice, Jake, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, Huck, you chose second sight.
I did. You know what was good is Johnny, you actually set it up for both guys. I'm not saying it's not the shit that's inside. So I took that to heart and ignored literally like the movie and just went with the packaging. And
it's like what Mike said at the start of it. When you look at something, you're just the outside of it, what makes you want to pick it up. And the wreck, because you don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Monster, you can kind of see what it is because it's Charlize Theron and she looks kind of monstrous. But I will say this: that monster, it does need a 4K. I'm waiting for Second Sight to do the 4K on that before I actually go out and pick that one up.
That release is only a couple of years old, so I don't know when that 4K is even on the horizon. But yeah. I'm happy with what I got right now.
I'm also a sucker for books. I like the fat stuff you get in there, Jake. And
you nerd.
Pretty well.
How about you, Nate?
I was honestly on Monster. I like the font of the way it's written at the bottom. Kind of goes, it's like a little scribble, and that's a movie about a serial killer lady. The last second when Aaron brought it up again, and he was like, look at the little camera. And then I was like, oh, and then the little red record button's the eyeball. And I was like, I kind of like that. I didn't really think of it too much when he first showed it. And then I kind of like all the different artwork inside. Like if Monster had a different art on the case, I probably still would have went with it. Honestly, it was like really close.
Yeah, I didn't like either choice. Did not like either one. But I believe we've seen Monster as a pool before. If I remember correctly, I believe
not from me.
Maybe not from you,
but
I think somebody else pulled it because I remember that was the one I accidentally got mixed up with. I don't know, some other label when voting. So I remember that for sure.
I think the Second Sight catalog is like a fifth the size of the Screen Factory catalog.
I think it's a lot less than that. I think a fifth is being
it's gonna
generous.
be rough. Yeah,
it is. It
is. Well, I wouldn't judge if someone picks something again.
Yeah.
He said he's going to, so we got an uphill battle.
We got
His name is on the channel.
We got 3 judges, so you can work with what you have there. Other than that, though, I still don't like both of the packages. Either way, that Monster package, I don't know what the heck the movie's about. By looking at the package, it doesn't mean I want to buy it because it's so faded in. I'm like, what the heck is that? I didn't even know it was that actress just by seeing it. It looks so.
That's the makeup, yeah. If you didn't know it was her, then you had no idea.
Yeah, it didn't tempt me to want to buy it. The rec set, a little bit more tempting because it's a little bit more mysterious. I'm like, okay, kind of piques my interest a little bit. But I didn't get the camera thing at all. I'm glad you pointed that out. I would have had no idea. I'm like, why the heck is there a red circle there? That was so confusing to me. So with explanation, I will give the edge slightly to the rec set, but both I didn't love.
Thanks,
but
Mike.
The movies are
harsh.
Yeah. I see where Mike's going tonight.
It's gonna be a rough night, guys.
Yeah. That's round 1.
All right, Jody, you're up.
Oh, I'm up. Oh shit. Okay. Well, I mean, I had to go with the Steelbook, and go ahead and give me full screen because I had to go with this Steelbook because it's a complete wraparound piece of amazingness for Army of Darkness. Oh my God. I wish my camera was a little bit more HD than it is. I love wraparound artwork on Steelbooks. I think this is absolutely beautiful. I know this round is not about the discs, but I include this as part of the packaging. Each disc has its own piece of artwork, and I think that's awesome. But we'll go back to this since everybody's not really want to talk about that. But I'm just going to hold this here, guys, because I think this speaks for itself. This Army of Darkness steelbook is absolutely beautiful, and I don't know what you got, but this is what I got, and I'm just not gonna move it because this deserves to be stared at for the rest of the show. Go ahead.
And I'm glad you showed the disc there because I think that's different artwork than the standard 4K disc. Like those looked a little bit different to me. Maybe I'm wrong, but
I think you are right.
Very cool.
I also think disc art counts as packaging because if you just put a
I think
great
so
disc
too.
in there,
I think so too, and I
Yeah.
love that. I love that
Everything-
this is
everything
4
on the
discs
outside
and all of
counts.
them are different art.
Yeah, it's
all right,
perfect.
Jordan, what do you got?
Well, I think the whole conundrum with second sight right now is finding something that hasn't been talked about or played. But I'm going to go with this one. I haven't seen this played yet, but I want to talk about the Changeling. Now, first off, we were talking about packaging. I mean, this I think would intrigue a lot of people. You have this guy, you know, he is down, looks like a basement. There is a wheelchair up top. So we know something's going on. You got the fog and one little red ball right there. On the back, you have some mysterious characters. We don't know what that's about. Let's go ahead and open this up a little bit.
Don't know what that's about.
All right. And then also with this release, you're getting some more great artwork right here. I mean, this looks like a painting. This is something that you would want to frame on your wall. I mean, this looks like a professional artist did this. On the inside, we'll talk about the discs. All 3 different artwork, and this one actually comes with a CD, the CD soundtrack for the film. Okay, so you have that. You got some art cards as well. Let's see if I get that out right here, as you can see. And yeah, sure, we'll go over the art cards, and they're just all different behind the scenes shots. Just a lot of different stuff in here. Hold on real quick. There we go. Perfect. And then, I mean, look at that amazing shot right there. Isn't that beautiful? And then lastly, of course, you do get your booklet and just it's really not any repeating artwork throughout this whole release. It is all, individual different art, which is nice. It's not something that you get tired of looking at. I mean, this comes in a nice, beautiful, rigid box. You got a 108-page book. I mean, what's not to love about this? This has the collectors in mind that you want to display proudly, and get to look at it and think, that's great packaging.
All right, teams, anything to say on either one?
More fucking toilet paper. I
Actually, do. I love both these films, and The Changing is one of my favorite movies. I have the Stavern edition of what you have there. I'm not sure. It's dark. I know The Changing is like the ghost. I love the inside artwork. I think that painting artwork on the inside is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not so on the outside artwork. I like the original artwork for The Changeling. I grew up in Canadian. I grew up with the movies like The Changeling, and it's a fantastic film. But this is packaging round, and I had no idea that steelbook existed, and I kind of want it now.
Oh yeah.
And I have the other Changeling, and I'm not sold that I need the second sight one, because both of them came with the soundtrack, which is fantastic. Either way, guys, like, fantastic choices, fantastic movies. That's the thing. So far, these movies that have been picked have all been great. Like, guys watching in the chat, amazing stuff. Amazing, like, films. You could own any of these and be happy. But I think with Jody's, there's a bit more pop. There's a bit more, like, pizzazz to the packaging. And with Jordan's, it's a fantastic film, but you got options when it comes to the packaging and still get that same type of feeling there.
I don't know. Do both of you want to show your spines really quick?
Yeah, let's do that.
because I can't read a damn thing that's on Jody's. I can definitely see the Changeling on that box set.
Well,
I cannot see Army of Darkness at
hold
all.
on,
So on the
hold
shelf,
on.
There we go.
You gotta
It's
squint,
a
you gotta get your
spy.
magnifying glass out there.
Don't blame
You
it
have,
on my,
you had to
don't
blow
blame it on
his
my
image
camera.
up to even be able to see
Come
it.
on.
Don't blame it on my camera. I heard
Hey, what's your name
a
again?
lot of
What's
I
your
heard a
name,
lot of
Jake?
mysterious going on with the packaging below me. A lot of mysterious. There's nothing mysterious about this. This is a bunch of ass whooping goodness right here. So
That's all
there's
that
no- there's
matters
no
to those
question what
second
you're
sight
getting here.
people. All they care about is reading. That's why they put books in those fucking
Oh,
things.
that's true. Good call.
All right, let's get to the vote. Let's get to the
Hey,
vote.
you know what?
This is a tough one.
All right, judges. 1, 2, 3, reveal.
Oh,
All right, Nate.
That was close, Jordan, because I would
Okay.
say you almost had me on that, but there's that artwork on that steel is so fantastic because we've seen the Army of Darkness so many times, released so many ways.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask.
never with that artwork that spreads all
no,
the
this
way
artwork
across.
is
And,
insane.
yeah, and I'm a sucker for art cards and books, Jordan. So I don't know. Maybe had I not seen Jake play it in the last round, I might have
All right.
been a little more wild. But it's
I
fun.
was when Jody showed that, and I'm not like the biggest fan of that movie, but I was like, it looks stupendous. Like if that was like a poster, amazing. But when
I have the
Jordan
poster
opened,
too. It came with the poster.
when Jordan opened the inside one,
Yeah.
I was like, that looks like a better poster than
Yeah.
the other one to
Yeah.
me. Like it
Right.
looks like a painting. Unlike hardcore Mike, I don't care if the box shows what the movie's about. Usually I'm gonna look up a trailer or something if I don't know what the movie is. I'm not gonna judge it by the box.
Rarely
I
do
just want
boxes
something that
do this.
looks beautiful, and I thought that looked great. I've never even seen that movie. So I had to go with that one. But Jody,
it's a good
again,
one.
that was
Yeah,
tough.
worth watching.
Great. You should
I
definitely.
don't even know who won. I don't know what movies you guys hold up ever.
Everyone
so
wins for getting to see them.
I can't tell what you guys are voting. Mike, what
Yeah,
did you
so
vote?
I had to go Scream Factory. Both were actually excellent choices this time, so it was tough. You had great artwork on the outside and inside, but the disc. There was more disc in Army of Darkness, and I thought all the designs on the disc were great. So more disc than Changeling. Had to go a little bit to Scream Factory, but that one was very, very close.
Scream Factory makes so
Didn't
many.
they each
names
have
for
three,
books.
or was it just
It's hard to
unfolded?
fight
Oh,
against.
Army of
That way.
Darkness at least had what, 4?
4 discs.
Four
Yeah.
discs.
Yeah,
discs.
four
There's
discs
different
now,
cuts
yeah.
of the film on there.
Four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 versus 3. If you had one, Jordan, you should just put a little burnt disc in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll remember that. Here we go.
Yeah. Keep a spare disc on the side at all times.
All right, Johnny, you're up.
All right. I was going to pull everyone's favorite steel book, but since Mike and everybody else said no, don't you be pulling stuff that's already been shown, I'm gonna pull something that I haven't shown off before. At least I don't think I have, and go ahead and blow me up. But it's World War Z.
There you go.
Look at all this spot gloss right here. Look at that.
Look at
It's
that,
one of the
dude.
best scenes in the movie. You know, where all these zombies are trying to crawl up that wall. But since you guys also want to talk about, the disc artwork, we have different artwork for the discs. And here's my other one so you guys can see it as well. You have different artwork on this. Kick-ass steel book. And yes, you can. It says World War Z there, so you can read that
Where?
now.
Where's that?
Where?
Yeah.
Huh?
It's on here. And if you need to read what the title is, I mean, right there's the title. So there you go. Good God, where's my camera?
It's not the camera's fault. It's the print on the spine. But that's okay.
Stop it.
All right, Nick, you're up.
Wow, Jake is in great form.
All right. Well, I'm going to start off with something you can see on the side, but on the spine right there, this bad boy right here, Martin.
I don't like the
There it
spine.
Bam!
There
So
it
this
is.
right here has an amazing piece of artwork right here. So Martin is one of George A. Romero's Lost films. It was like a hard made thing to make, but regardless, we're here about the packaging, right? So we have this made in the USA and that kind of original poster art. And when you open this bad boy up, obviously you see the little nail and cross here, and then you have some incredible artwork right here that looks like it's painted. kind of like a traditional type of poster art from, you know, like the 40s or 50s. Whereas, you know, if I'm looking at what Johnny just showed, that looked like CGI mess. This one looks like hand painted, you know, actual, you know, I guess painted and drawn art. And so all of these different characters in this movie, this very zany George A. Romero film right here, just is just fantastic. It also has, of course, this bad boy, just like Jordan was talking about. We have 3 discs here. Each of them have kind of the same artwork, but at the same time, like this movie, surprisingly, you know, the artwork has a subtlety to it, and I actually think that's good going into the movie because you have no idea what you're going to get into with this movie. You know, there's just so many things going on in the movie. It's kind of a mess, but like a beautiful mess in a way. And then I love the creme de la creme of this piece of art right here, which kind of showcases how psychotic this thing is. And then you have a little rosary, a little bloody rosary at the very end. But yeah, my choice is Martin.
A wonderful choice.
It's all right. I mean, you know, it doesn't have the steel book. The steel book, you just throwing a steel book around. You
what I love about
if you start throwing it around, it's going to have 20 dents in it.
And I'm good.
What I love about steelbooks is when the artwork is simple yet striking. That one is just like a garbled mess of zombies. That's the only thing that movie has going for it. With this vampire flick, George A. Romero, very aggressively simplistic that it's just like, what is this movie about? Razor blade, vampire, blood sticking out. I love that thing.
And this release doesn't show all the art on its sleeve. I mean, this is layers. You get to experience it as you get to open it and look at it. There's just, I mean, it's going to be another 20 minutes before you get to watch the movie just because you're enjoying this beautiful artwork.
God, you guys are obsessing over the toilet paper and shit that's included in these things. I don't get it.
I'm a sucker for a steelbook. What do you want me to say? I don't know.
All right, judges, we ready?
I'm a Johnny.
Yes.
1, 2, reveal.
I'm sorry, Johnny.
Oh, second side got it.
We can let him have the last one. That's fine.
Yeah.
Wow, this was a tough one here. I mean,
Martin was crazy.
Yeah, same amount of disc. I was disappointed in the Martin one having the same artwork on the disc, though. That kind of sucked. And wow, I did not know that was a vampire movie. I thought it was like a dog movie because of the piece on the front. I'm like, I had no idea until you showed it off. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. But I did love the World War Z. I thought it was like, why would a vampire be called Martin?
I have my dog. I have my dog here, so he's a part of it, I suppose.
What about the bloody cross? What scream dog do you know?
Yeah, once you shown it to me, then I knew. Okay. World War Z. I love the art design with all the zombies crawling up the wall, but 2 big problems on the World War Z one. It's all gold for some reason. I don't think gold has much to do with the movie, so that's a weird color scheme. And then the spine font was ridiculous. Do I need a magnifying glass for that? So both had a couple things working against it, but I think overall, Scream Factory just edged it out a little bit for me with the cool zombies popping up.
I think I agree with you. I think the actual art on the World War Z one is awesome. Like the picture, I don't like the color. It's just like kind of brown and brown and gold looking on my screen. At least there's not enough color in it. And I actually am a sucker for like white packaging in general. Like, cause then you can put any color on it and it looks really great. So like, I actually really like the back of the Martin one with that little red, bloody like cross thing. Yeah, I think that looks sick. But I like the drawing on the World War Z one. I just wish it was a different color.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the only problem you have with that movie, then I'm okay with it.
Yeah, and I like that movie. I've never even seen Martin. I didn't think it was a dog movie, but I've never seen it.
I'm telling you, that's a dog name right there. Okay,
Martin.
What do you think?
Martin the dog. Yeah.
Why would that be a vampire name? What vampire is called Martin?
You wouldn't expect him to be a vampire.
You got to watch the movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
You gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Well, Huck, you went with Martin?
Yeah, just because I mean, when he unfolded that thing, it was just a massive package showing off that film and the dog tags with the teeth. I mean, I kind of knew Mike, it was a vampire movie, but just because I could tell they were fangs and they didn't look like canine incisors, just to me. And just all those, again, this is just about packaging. So all those art cards and, again, I'm a sucker. Like if you're going to get a big old chunky box, like an Arrow chunky box, that's the kind of stuff you want from packaging. If this was like a steelbook versus steelbook, it'd have been hard to vote against Johnny, because that I thought, Mike is always saying, "Oh, I don't know what the movie's about." Well, if you look at that steelbook, you certainly know what World War Z is about. But I don't care about that as much as Mike. I just want to see the package versus package. So, and I've never even seen or heard of Martin, but you sold it nicely.
All right, awesome. So 2-1 in Scream Factory's favor going into round two. Round two is all about the disc. So talk special features, talk about different versions of the movie, the transfer, audio tracks, all that fun stuff. And the movie itself, I'm actually going to be hard on that tonight. You better pull out some good movies. I want entertaining movies here. So, all right, round two. Let's switch it over to second site to start off here. Jordan, what we got?
Okay.
Let's go, boys.
All right. So what I'm going to go is I'm still going to, going along the vein of stuff you guys haven't seen, at least that I haven't seen get picked. But we're going with a Martin Scorsese film. Now, the problem with Scream Factory is they only have horror movies. Second site, you get more. So we're going with Mean Streets. This is an excellent Martin Scorsese film. This is actually the very first film that Robert De Niro and Martin Scorsese partnered with with this film. Takes place in Little Italy, and these guys get in deep with loan sharks, and it's just about how they navigate through that whole thing. You actually are getting a restoration that was done and partnered with Criterion and Second Sight, which is awesome. Let me pull up my my notes here. So you're getting a 4K and you are getting a Blu-ray. Now Martin Scorsese himself actually approved this transfer. What else? Let's see. You're also getting it in Dolby Vision. You're getting new audio commentaries in here. You are getting scene-specific audio commentaries with Martin Scorsese and actor Amy Robinson. You're getting a new interview with a producer, with one of the producers. I mean, you're getting tons of stuff. You're getting featurettes. You are getting a 2011 film at Lincoln Center screening, introduction, interview, and Q&A with Martin Scorsese. You're getting a full Baghdad to Hollywood feature-length documentary in here, a bunch of archival stuff. I mean, I'm telling you guys, this thing is so packed with content. It's crazy. And then you've got the two right here, the 4K and the Blu-ray of the films.
Blows that Criterion disc out of the water.
All right, Jody, what do you got?
All right, guys. Somebody had to do it. I'm going to do it right here. Let me just read you everything before I show off the movie. All right, so we're getting a 4K transfer from the original film negative. We're getting it in Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. We are getting a commentary by the writer, director, and leading actress, among other people in the commentary. You're also getting several documentaries, two documentaries, TV spots, trailers, radio spots. Listen, somebody had to pull this up, because if we're talking horror movies and that's what they do best, then you got to talk about this. And you've seen this before, but you haven't seen this one. So I'm talking about their transfer for Halloween. I don't care what you say. And so here's the new steelbook that came out for it. And I don't care. Johnny's shaking his head, shaking it. I don't care.
No, I'm on your side.
You're on my side. I love this transfer. I think this transfer is awesome. And yes, they keep pumping it out because it's that damn good. All right. I don't know how many this is. What is this, 3 or 4? This is probably 3. But I have watched the majority of this, and I really love The Night She Came Home documentary, and the commentary with John Carpenter and Jamie Lee Curtis is really good also. The picture looks great. The sound is awesome. Say what you will, but it's Halloween, and it's always going to hold a place in my heart. And that's my pick for this round.
Interesting. You picked the version that has one less disc than the the other versions that they came out. And this whole round is about the disc. I want to know about that. Interesting there.
Was that Martin over there?
Jake was rubbing his beard. I saw that, Jake.
Martin, little rough.
Those are
all right. Judges, I
choices.
think we're ready on this one.
Hang on.
Mike's ready. Mike's ready.
Yeah.
Listen to Mike. I think we're ready.
It's going to be
reveal.
I mean, Arrow. No, I'm sorry.
Mike didn't even know he's voting for.
That's gonna be funny all night.
I'll go first, real quick. You know what? Halloween is my favorite horror movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But it is true. It has been pulled so many times that I'm like, all that one has is new Steelbook. I love Scorsese. Mean Streets for me is not my favorite, but it's a great disc. It's got a lot of great features on it.
The transfer on that is insane.
Yeah, it looks great. And so, I mean, so does Halloween, but at this point I was like, if I see that thing one more time, and I love it, but I'm like, I just can't do it.
I mean, yeah, I had never seen Mean Streets before, and I got the Criterion one of it, and I like that one better more than I do Goodfellas, but I mean, yeah, I mean, you're going up against you pull something that people have pulled before, but Mike did say he wants to see entertaining films, and you pulled something that every one of us on here actually liked that movie.
One of the best.
That is in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. But like I told you, I was going to be fair on this. If I see Halloween again, you're probably not going to get my vote. So Jody, you could have almost pulled anything else besides Halloween, and I would have given you the vote, because I'm not a big fan of Mean Streets. I have the Criterion edition.
Yeah,
I think it's one of Scorsese's weaker films, in my opinion. I mean, I like it more than most, but it's no Wolf of Wall Street. Let's be real. But Jody, you pulled Halloween, man. I respect going toe to toe, but come on, man.
He made a comment at the beginning of his that Scream mainly does horror. I almost pulled this just to prove him wrong. I almost pulled Garbage Pail Kids. Like, what are you talking about? They do more than horror.
Hey,
that should have been the.
You proved me wrong, but you still pulled. If you were going to play Halloween, why'd you pull the Halloween with one less disc?
Because I have 5 kids and limited time. Okay, this was nearby.
Yeah,
and
good answer. Good answer.
It just came in the mail. Like,
all right.
All right.
I can't
He
argue
doesn't
with
have
that.
access to everything. He's in a fucking closet tonight.
I'm in a fucking closet.
All right, Nate Jones, you're up. What do you got?
I think we lost half the people on
there's
this.
Martin. There's Martin right there.
There's so many frozen faces right now.
I was like,
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. Okay. Now I'm gonna pull a page out of Jody's book, at least when it comes to reading about the things that are on this. And you might give me crap, Mike, for pulling this again, but again, Second Sight has very little compared to what Scream Factory has. But I think this is the actual definitive edition of this particular film, and I'm talking about the behemoth that is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, this movie, it's been put out 100 times, just like Halloween, right? So you can have that argument there. However, this is the best and definitive edition. Let me read you the special features on this disc. First of all, it is a 4K scan of the original 16mm camera negative. It has 3 discs on here, a UHD, 2 Blu-rays with bonus features on both formats, by the way. So you can watch on the 4K and the UHD if you would like, or say 4K and Blu-ray. It has additional restoration work. It has UHD presentation and Dolby Vision, HDR produced by Second Sight Films. Audio tracks includes new Dolby Atmos and restored original mono mix produced by Second Sight. New audio commentaries by Amanda Reyes and Bill Ackerman. Audio commentary from writer producers Toby Hooper. Audio commentary by cinematographer Daniel Pearl. Let's see, my computer just went away for a second. Editor J. Larry Carroll, sound recordist and Ted Nicolau, audio commentary with writer-producer Toby Hooper. You get the point. Audio commentary 5 And then we have Legacy of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is my favorite special feature of that year this came out, because it's like a 2-hour documentary on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and remaking this movie, or at least, making it look the way it should. It also has a Behind the Mask in Alexandria on Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Shocking Truth documentary, plus outtakes, Cutting Chainsaw with editor, there's actor commentaries with various people within it, people who were involved, archival stuff, but a lot of new stuff here. So besides that, it has, like I said, the discs themselves, right? Obviously, we're not looking into packaging, but this amazing book here. But, the discs themselves have all different artwork right there, all different artwork, and all look fantastic. And again, you get all the special features on both discs. So that's actually kind of outrageous to think about. How do they put so much room on that 4K? So, but
all right, Aaron.
Yeah.
I'm going to go old school, but first I got to respond to the Texas Chainsaw. I've never bought Texas Chainsaw Massacre on 4K because it's got that kind of that grimy type of feel that I wanted on Blu-ray or DVD. I would actually argue though that the Black Maria is my favorite Texas Chainsaw Massacre that's been put out there, with the Bloody Apron and the extra bonus discs, and what I consider to be, for me anyway, personally, the absolute best banger art that I've ever seen on a Texas Chainsaw Massacre release. This freaks me out. Freaks me out every time. I'm a visual guy. That's like I said before. I'm going back to that. But you know what I chose? I chose something original. I chose something unique, right? I wanted to go to the old school. This is the 13th anniversary of Scream Factory. I want to go back to the original days of Scream Factory. I'm not giving you a hard box. I'm not going to give you a book. I'm not going to give you any of that stuff. It's about the films, right? It's about the movies. It's about seeing these films with the features and the best presentation like possible. Not 4K, but the best presentation possible for these films. And one of the things I wanted to do tonight was to show you films that some of them have 4Ks, some of them don't, but I don't think any of them need 4Ks. That's why I chose the Anvil trilogy. This is one of the original OG Scream Factory box sets. One of the first that they did. I love the look, the style of the set. It's creepy. It's scary. It's fun. I chose it for spooky season, but you know what it has? What really amazes me? Like, Anvil Horror is good. It's good. It's okay. I like it. It's a fun film, but that's what I'm choosing this for. I'm choosing this because Anvil Horror 2 is one of the best damn sequels put out there for any franchise. Damiano does a great job with this one. It's an Italian director. It's got a different type of feel to it. For the first time ever, this had like really crappy like DVD editions, no features, nothing. You said the MGM DVD edition of this. There's nothing on it. This was the first time ever they loaded it with new features, with interviews, with the actor, with other commentaries, a whole bunch of stuff. But it gets even better than that, because I saw Amityville 3 in theater. And what sucked for me as a fan of the Amityville films for years was that I'd go get the VHS, or I'd go get the DVD, say Amityville 3D on the VHS or on the DVD. But you know what it wasn't? It wasn't 3D. It was just Amityville 3. And Amityville 3 on its own without the 3D, it sucks. It doesn't work. With the 3D, it works really well. And Amityville 3D is in real 3D for the first time. You get this movie here in actual, not Anogift 3D, not in red and blue glasses. No, you get actual real 3D for the first time. So you get the cinematic experience of watching Amityville 3, the same that I did because I'm old. Look at the gray in my beard. Same as I did when I got to watch this movie in the theater. This has some really good 3D in it. Some really nice sequences. The tree scene, the creature popping up from the demon in the basement scene. It is just such a good thing. But the package altogether, we got a 3D film shown the way it should be in 3D. But you can watch it, if you don't have 3D feed it, you can still watch it a regular flat, but it's really worth it to see this one in 3D. It really, really is. The best Anvil sequel, period. For me, this is better than the original Anvil. Love it. And the features just better. And just look at these covers too. Like the fact they're using the original, like kind of like poster and art in that. So with the big write-up on there, it's just so well done. It just really captures the Anvil thing. And this here, and I'll say right now, because somebody will mention this, like there's a 4K of Amityville Horror out by Vinegar Syndrome. I won't buy it. But you know what? This looks amazing. And this here case looks so much frigging better than what Vinegar Syndrome put out. It's embarrassingly better because it's simplistic. It's the film. It's everything encapsulated in what it should be. The discs, the film, 3D, one of the best sequels in a box that, even though it's like not a hard box, it's a damn good looking box that really captures and encapsulates absolutely everything about the original Anvil trilogy.
All right,
This was
judges, I think we're ready. Yes.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, reveal. Second sight.
I'm shocked.
There we go.
I was gonna say, I didn't even have to rebuttal. I had a lot to say on that.
All right,
Yeah.
Nate.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? To me, I get the whole, like definitive version type thing. I mean, there's so many Texas Chainsaw Massacre releases. It is a great disc. It does look great. I've never even seen those sequels to Amityville, but like I like that he went to something that is Scream Factory that's not come out in the last like 3 years or 4 years or anything like that. And to put a bunch of features on those sequels, and I know they do a good job with their features in general, so I kind of liked that.
How about you, Huck?
Well, yeah, for me, what's good about both the ones you picked is I don't really care for either. Like films, like I'm just not a Texas Chainsaw fan. Like I've seen it a couple of times, and I've seen Amityville, the first one, maybe once or twice. But you are trying to sell me on the 3D, which I love. So it was really just a listing of, what this round is like, sell me on the disc, what's on the disc. And so it just came really close. It's like, Aaron, you had all the sequels and all this stuff, but Nate, you had this exhaustive list of all the great stuff that was on there. I was like, holy cow, that thing is just, I've never heard it. Like if I'm going to get a Texas Chainsaw, like I feel like I can't afford that truck anymore. I know that's out of print, right?
It's actually fairly still inexpensive to get.
Oh, really?
I paid like $25.
Oh, dang. Well, maybe I'll grab that one if it's $25. So it was close because I just was going off literally just those little things, and it was like splitting hairs,
Well, the cool thing is you could still get the standard, and it has all those extras in there. It just doesn't have all like the artwork, which to me, I still listed that thing out, so it's still available, which is amazing. So,
and the standard doesn't have the toilet paper, so you guys are good there.
Yes, yes.
This is the first time, guys, that I was sure I had it that I didn't. This is the first time I've been shocked by it.
I was shocked as well. Because I'm like, oh my gosh, Scream Factory, pull any 4K right now, you get my vote. And you pull the Blu-ray.
No, like I purposely said when I started this, I said it before, I'm going to do something specific. And I'm like, I'm not doing any 4Ks. I'm going straight in for like just really good films.
Can I want to say something about that, Mike, because I think Aaron's right in this, that when you're asking them to say what's great about the thing, 4K to me is not I think I pulled a DVD when I went for this, when I was playing, because it was something that was really loaded and it represented that thing, because it when the Blu-ray came out and the 4K came out, it didn't carry forward those great bonus things. So you try to find the thing that represents all those goodies the best. And to me, it's not always about, because to me, 4K sometimes can be just a very minimal upgrade. So it's what else besides 4K. So I kind of, even though I didn't vote for you, Aaron, I applaud you, and I didn't ding you for the 4K.
I thought the 3D would have been like the killer part, because that is like, this is the way I saw it when I was in theater. I'm like, that's like for me, that was the ultimate thing.
Did it come with a 3D glasses, Aaron?
No, because it's real 3D. It's not Analog 3D.
Oh,
It's like you just put it in on your TV and it's 3D when you look at it.
Well, like I have a 3D TV, right? Like, and
you have to have a 3D TV. Okay.
Or like because if you don't, then you're looking at the glasses.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so we can't see it. Okay. There you go.
Unless you got a PlayStation 4, then and a PSVR. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm a 4K disc person, so it's about the disc. So I'm going to be very heavily into 4K here, especially if the movies come out on 4K. Like I have the Amityville Horror on 4K. I think the 4K looks great on it. So,
but not for 2 and 3. That's the thing.
2 and 3. Like if it doesn't exist, I kind of agree with Huck. It's like if a 4K, I mean, I know we're talking disc. So like if a Blu-ray has a million features, but a 4K disc has none, but it has amazing picture, and that doesn't make it a better disc per se. It just means it might look better. But hey, everybody got their judging styles. Y'all know. I'm
a 4K person. When it comes down to, I'm definitely a 4K person, especially when the movies are so close in quality for me. Like they're
Yeah,
both
they're
good
both
horror
classic
movies. Not
yeah.
like my favorite horror movies, but both good horror movies. I have both of them, so I got to go on the disc at that point. All right. All right. Who's up next? Jake?
Is it me? Okay. I picked a movie that I feel like would fit in right at home with Scream Factory, but somehow Second Sight kind of grabbed their mitts onto You're Next. This movie looks absolutely stunning in 4K. It looks so good that Lionsgate for Lionsgate Limited decided to take that transfer, the exact same transfer that Second Sight has, put it on their disc. And this disc is absolutely loaded with special features. They got an old commentary and a new commentary, both of the director. They have 6 new interviews with people in the cast, the director, and a couple of people behind the scenes. There's a video essay on here about slasher films and kind of like the new renaissance that this kind of came out. A great home invasion film here. And then there's also an archival making of. There's a little bit of everything in here, and there's more content in the special feature than there is on the actual movie itself. So if you really want to dig into everything You're Next and what it took to make it, there's no better version of this movie than this Second Sight edition. And it's all on one 100 gigabyte disc. You got Dolby Vision, you got Dolby Atmos. Second Sight, to me, like, I love buying their editions because of the disc, because their transfers are second to none, in my opinion, in the boutique game. And if you haven't seen this edition and you really like this movie, highly recommend this.
You're next.
All right, Johnny, you're next.
Oh, okay. I guess I have the floor now. Okay. I'm just going to give you guys what's included in this, and then I'll show you what it is. But mine has not one disc, Jake. Mine comes with 2. One disc is a 4K, the other is a Blu-ray. Both have 4K scans. There are 2 audio commentaries. There are 5, I believe it's 5 bonus features. You've got TV promos. You got a theatrical trailer. This is also in Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. What I'm talking about is, pay attention, Nate. Halloween 5. And unlike Jake's, mine actually, I have the side loader box with reversible artwork. And of course, you're going to have different artwork on the discs.
I can't reach mine. I got it too, I swear.
You know what? So what if the movie's bad and awful, but who cares? We're all film lovers, and I love Halloween 5, so that's my selection.
I gotta say right now, before people go against the Halloween film, it's the one that has been chosen before, and also as a guy that has all of the 4Ks, and Halloween 5 of the first 5 Halloween 4Ks is the best 4K transfer. Like, putting that is the best transfer of the first 5 Halloweens for me. Like Curse, when you get into the other box set, it's really good, but Halloween 5 is for me the best transfer of the first 5 Halloweens when they were brought out on those hard box 4K sets. Halloween 5, I actually really dig that film, and I know that like they were saying the name Halloween was kind of like a naughty thing here right now, but it represents Scream Factory. Some mentioned Scream Factory is all, there's mostly horror, and it's true. Scream Factory is mostly horror. That's kind of what they do. Hence the name Scream Factory. And they managed to take the Halloween franchise, do something nobody's ever done before. Like, they put them all out, and then they put them out again with those amazing sets. And I'm not so big in the steelbooks, but I do love the hard boxes, and I do love the way that one looks. It's a fun one. We got a lot of features. Both of these releases are good, by the way. Dwight Twilley's song in that one there slaps. Love that song. Fantastic song. But yeah, it's a hard one. Don't just go on the fact that it's Halloween.
All right, judges, let's get this over with.
I'm watching you guys this time, especially after last time. I'm being very watched.
Reveal.
Holy shit!
Halloween 5 got it.
Exactly, got it. Wow.
Man, I thought we were
You took a gamble on Halloween 5.
I did. I said it at the beginning. I felt like this was a double.
Yep.
Not that y'all cheated, but like, I've been using Your Next for my Second Sight one, and then Jake pulled it. And then I said, if someone shows Halloween 5, I respect it. They're both great. Honestly, I hate Halloween 5. I absolutely hate it. But it is a good looking disc. It has features and everything. The reason I picked it is I don't think it's ever gonna get another 4K version or it's never gotten one before. It's gotten like, it's always lumped in with like, some other set. You're next. It's true. Lionsgate Limited just use the same transfer, but there is an alternate version of it. Like there is no other Halloween 5 that anyone's going to do. That's like that one.
Oh, Scream Factory will do it again. Don't you worry.
They might do it again.
They'll release it through Walmart.
You're gonna have a steelbook with that Nicolas Cage mask that you open it up and
those steelbooks look terrible, and I love steelbooks. Just I don't know why they decided to make that design like the spine in the middle of his nose.
Spine separates it, makes his face look extra.
But I prefer your next as a film by far, leagues better.
And then Huck, they convinced you too. Halloween.
Well, yeah, I mean, actually, I've actually never seen Your Next. I take it that's a worthwhile movie to see.
It's a very fun home invasion flick. Yeah,
very fun.
Yeah. Top
like
10
movies
of all time.
I would say it's akin
Top
to
10 of all
Ready.
time.
Yep.
Wow.
I
Because I
love
do
them.
need something for spooky season. So, so I was just kind of going off of all the goodies that you guys were saying. Since I hadn't seen that, I know that Halloween 5 is, not the toppest, but I don't know. It was pretty close because of that. So I just went with, it's actually because Aaron, it was kind of leaning towards Jake, but then you jumped in, and this is where I tell you, team support matters.
Aaron was begging.
You sort of Aaron sold it. Jake's like, "Stop talking, Aaron." Oh,
and I didn't say a lot because I really like Halloween 5, so it's like I can't really bash this, even though people hate it. I think it's my third favorite Halloween film. I adore how dumb that movie is.
I was either going to pull Halloween 5 or Halloween, that last one with Resurrection with Buster Rhymes. I don't think anybody's pulled that one before.
No.
Wow. I like both of those movies, and I hated both of those choices at the same time. I'm like, Johnny, you pull anything that isn't a Halloween movie and it's a 4K, I'm giving you my vote. Just because Lionsgate Limited, I have that one for Your Next, incredible release. So I'm like, that release is just so darn good.
It's the same thing,
but it's in a really cool steelbook.
You also get a lot.
This is a disc round.
yeah.
Jesus.
I like
My goodness.
Playing by your own rules.
I do like definitive editions, but Johnny just dropped the ball over there with another Halloween movie, even though I like Halloween 5. So
it's never been pulled. Fuck it. Just
I know.
on.
I said no Halloween though.
Johnny, we won. Calm down. We won that one.
I feel like that's one of the Halloween movies though that like I'm comfortable. Because like I said, even like H2O got a steelbook later, like a studio version of it.
Yeah.
Halloween 1 has like freaking 1,000. 5. That's it.
Well, it's coming out on the imprint, right? The steelbook Halloween pumpkin stuff.
Oh, well, until then.
Well, by itself, though, I think it's your Scream Factory 4K by itself.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
That's what I'm saying.
Every
It was
other
lumped
release
in
is a
with-
collection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Because no one will buy
Awesome.
it solo, but apparently Scream said, we don't care. You're going to buy this. And a bunch of people bought it.
All right, great round though. Great round. We're very close. We got
Ooh.
second sight here with 5. The Scream Factory 4 right now. So still anybody's game. Yep, this is incredible. We're into round
This is the box set coming up.
3.
so-
Box sets. I'm gonna make this clear because sometimes
What?
people get confused on this round. All right, box sets, sequels, or value. We're all good with these rules here. Yes. Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Now let's change up here. Let's see. I don't think Johnny's gone first, right? You haven't gone first, right, Johnny?
No.
No.
Let's do it.
Nate Jones, you haven't gone first, right?
But he's faced Johnny before, right?
Yeah, we have played
Oh,
each other.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Jake, have you faced Johnny?
You just did.
I just did.
Well,
I didn't face Jody.
I mean, Jordan. Yeah.
Oh my god. We've done this.
I mean, I'll go first
Yep.
again.
Perfect.
We're good. We're good. We're
Mhm.
good.
Aaron and I have faced each other.
Yeah, I think I'm faced Jordan yet.
Oh,
is it right?
There we go.
That's right.
And I haven't faced Jody.
There we go.
Perfect. We're good.
I like it. I
Awesome.
like it.
Okay, so
I like being last. So I
we're
like
now to Scream Factory to start off round 3. So, Aaron, you are up.
I was hoping to go last. Okay, so box set sequel. whatever, right? I had to go with this one.
Oh,
I really
boy.
had to go. Because and trust me, this, I don't think anybody's pulled this before. I don't think so. I love the look of the set. I love that everything is included on this set. I love most of the films on this set. And I like one of them. But I am a massive fan of the Omen franchise. And this here, I saw Damien, Omen 2, when I was the age of Damien. And I've ended the film like going into the washroom looking for sixes on my forehead, just to be sure. The artwork on this is absolutely stunning. It wraps right around at the top. And the thing is, it has everything. So we got the original Omen right here with, look at those features. Just look at the features on that. But not only that, you get what I consider a superior sequel. I'm the minority, but hey, somebody here likes white covers. Look at this. Look how gorgeous that is. Look how kind of minimalistic, cool that is. Again, loaded with features. But they don't stop there because they could, right? Now we get the final conflict, which is the Sam Neill, and the Sam Neill kills it, as pun intended, as the adult version of Damien Thorne. Really like this. I love the books as well. Then they included the actual TV sequel as well, which was kind of a different choice. And a lot of them wouldn't do that. And this is Omen 4, The Awakening. Is this a great film? No. Is this a fun, cheesy film that you put on with some friends? Yeah, that's exactly what this is. And it is so much cheesy fun. And they put features on a freaking TV movie. That's the 4th edition of a franchise that, and then they added the remake with an incredible cast, but doesn't have that spark je ne sais quoi that the original Omen has. But you would have felt it didn't make sense, right? If they didn't have everything in there. But it has absolutely everything. All the Omens are here. Everything's represented. Everything's loaded with features. You're not missing anything. You have the complete franchise. This is Omen. That is it. You've got it all. And the hard box, pass that test. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Doesn't have a 4K, by the way. Just so you know. Just want to put that out there. And I honestly don't think it needs it. These look great. This is a great set. It is an absolutely killer franchise. I watch these every year. And the sequel, Damien, is still my favorite because in that film, he doesn't realize that he's the devil's son right away. And it just, when it dawns on him, it's like one of those moments in film that always gets me. It always fucking gets me. But yeah, it was an easy choice. Had to pick it. This is a gorgeous set, and I love everything about it. It really represents.
That was one of my picks too. That was one of my
was
picks
it really?
too. It's a beautiful
and
set.
it represents Scream Factory. Like if you're going to have Scream Factory, it's called Scream Factory. It's going to be like a horror offshoot of Shit Factory. This is horror.
Shit.
This
There
is
we go.
classic. This is exactly what Scream Factory should be putting out. Definitive editions, franchise. We've seen Halloween, right? We've seen Halloween a few times. We've seen Friday 13th a few times. Those were the definitive for each of those. And Omen is right along there as the definitive edition of Omen, the same way it was the definitive edition of Halloween, and that was the definitive edition of Friday the 13th.
All right, Jordan, you're up.
Sorry, I was muted. Okay. I'm going to go with this collection of movies right here. This is brand new. We have got the Pusher trilogy. Brand new 4K restoration for the very first time from Second Sight. Originally, you had to get it through Umbrella. They had the trilogy out, but Second Sight brought the director back for the restoration work on this release. So all 3 in 4K. You're getting brand new Dolby Atmos mixes for all these. They're great films about some drug pushers. It's literally, the name is the Pusher trilogy. What's really cool about this is like I said, you're getting all 3 in 4K, brand new. You're getting new audio commentaries with this, and the price is really good for the set. It's on Scream Factory, Lord, on Second Sight's website. It's $57.46 right now. You get 3. That's $19 a 4K. And considering the incredible restoration work that was done with this, being 4K for the first time, being in this incredible packaging, and all the special features that is coming with this, at $19 a disc. I mean, we're talking about value in this as well. That is an insane value. and it is readily available because it just came out. And I think this is such a great set that second sight was able to put out. So that's the one I'm going to go with. And I don't know. I love this release. I got to check these out. These are great films.
Showcase off everything in there, Jordan.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
take a look.
there's
Box
three
set.
more. By the way,
Because I have the umbrella. I have the umbrella version.
All right.
But it's
So
not
here's the
4K.
booklet right here.
Yeah.
Right there. Nice stuff. You're getting that. And of course, with Second Sight, you are getting your digipacks. You get different disc artwork for every single film. And then check this out, guys. Right there. So that's a scene from the first movie right there when he's getting chased by the cops. And then, of course, you've got your art cards. Such an incredible set for a film that has never gotten that 4K treatment alone, and for it to be a Second Sight 4K treatment. I mean, that's special in of itself. No one does it like Second Sight with their transfers. They partner a lot with Fidelity and Motion, and I mean there's
Top tier. Yep.
there's magic behind what they do, and it's crazy. And I think this is an insane set. And Second Sight doesn't do a lot of multiple movies in one package. You're getting it with this one.
You know what, Jordan? You didn't add something into that, and I think this is a zinger to the judges. It also has 3 additional films in it. It has a
That's right.
1960s trilogy of youth films in 4K that inspired Nicholas to make these films. So there are 6 films.
I forgot about that.
And I've seen them as well. They're actually pretty fun and fantastic.
Nathan, I just needed clarification real quick. Did you say there's 6 movies all on 4K?
There's a total of 6 films in this release.
Yes, these are all on 4K.
For $57.
Now, are they remastered? Are the other 3 films, the older films, remastered in 4K, or are they just on 4K disc? Because there's a difference.
They're on 4K discs, and I believe they're like 1080p, but that's not the point. Like, the movies are what they restored. These are like an additional, addition to the films themselves that inspired these movies, and that's like the whole point. That they didn't this is like something that nobody knew about. I don't think when people bought this thing.
I had no idea.
That's what's so great about it. Is you didn't know about that they have 3 additional films on here.
I was on the fence of buying that because I already had the umbrella box set, but kind of knowing that it's just like adds more fuel to the fire of me wanting it, even though I already have them. Those movies are such a blast. Mads Mikkelsen is an insane person in those movies.
He's
kind of a bad guy.
Yeah.
And I've never seen the movies. Just real quick, what are the movies about? Are they action movies? What are they?
I would say like a modern Mean Streets.
Yeah.
Like,
there's definitely some action in there. But yeah, they're great films about people selling drugs.
Copenhagen drug stuff.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Instead of in America, it's in the UK.
Netherlands.
And Aaron, what was that bonus feature on the TV version of The Omen that you said came with stuff?
As far as I know, this is really the only big Omen set that's out there. Like, there's no 4K set. This is a big set for Omen that we've gotten so far. This is the only one we've gotten. Nobody's announced anything new. There's been nothing out there. I've got the DVD edition of Pusher. Jake has the Umbrella edition of Pusher, and now Jordan showed you the 3rd edition of Pusher, which is the 4K edition, which is fantastic. But there's a lot of editions out there, and we talked about the fact there's different editions out there. Well, this had an actual documentary on here. We had like interview with the writer, which is what I like. I write, and I always look for writer interviews over anything else. Writer interviews and writer commentaries. Because at the end of the day, I went to school for journalism. Writing was a big deal for me, so I tend to look for that. And this had that. This has everything. Like when it comes to the films, and I like the Pusher ones. I do. I think that a reason to make them cheaper at this point is not enough people have seen them, and that's not a damnation against them. It's just that they haven't gotten out there enough in the zeitgeist to be seen, and that's after like 3 sets. Like my DVD set that I picked up from Pusher, which is how I discovered them because Mads Mikkelsen was good. But then Umbrella came out and put one out, and now we got the 3rd edition that's out. And who knows, imprint maybe Pusher with fake drug files or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I like
Well,
those movies so
I will
much.
say this
I like
does
those movies so
have.
much though that I want to buy it again just to get some more history on the films from those older movies that are on the disc.
Well, I'll say there is a full-length documentary, and per Second Sight's website, 1960s trilogy of youth films in new 4K restorations.
There you go.
So you were getting all 6 of these movies in brand new 4K restorations.
All right, judges, I think we're ready to vote. One.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Two.
Wait a minute.
All right, Huck, you ready?
Okay.
3, reveal. Ooh, Scream took it. Nice.
Wow.
By the way, Omen's a 4K remaster. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
Okay. I hate Omen 4. I think it's a horrible movie.
Yeah.
But that said, and if you're, value, it could be a separate thing and it could be added on. I got that thing for like $35.
Mm-hmm.
5 movies, $35. Like 60 to me, could be a big ask for people who have no idea what those movies are. I get it. They're in 4K. I get it. They're in a cool box. I'm familiar with them, but I think there's a lot of people who are not. Now, that's not saying they shouldn't discover them, but the 5 movie, it's more of a value. And I think the Omen 1 alone is better than all 3 Pusher movies. To me, it's an all-time classic, like one of the greatest horror films. So I lean more towards that, but I'm actually interested in that Pusher set because I know of them and I like them. But the Omen one is it's top tier for that franchise.
Yeah, and for me, I've seen that Omen box every time I go to Walmart, and it never leaves the shelf. There's too many, and I've never pulled the trigger on it. But it's always, like you said, this is part of a box set and value round, and that's always a good value. So it's usually $40 when I go, and I'm like, that's pretty cheap. But I'm also like you that I only like the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
So even though it's a deal, so you were kind of selling me a little bit, like the fact that you get that TV version and they showed love to the TV movie. That's, I think, a very rare thing to hear about that.
The second one's really good. It's like a Final Destination movie, almost like,
oh yeah,
like random crazy deaths, like even more than the first movie. It was pretty fun. I had never seen it until that box set came out.
Yeah, I had to go Second Sight. Man, I'm voting so much Second Sight tonight. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. But you sold me there, Jordan. And Nate Jones jumping in there with the 6 movies in 4K. For that value, that price, that is incredible.
That's $10 a movie.
Yeah, even though I knew nothing about the movies, that sold me right there just on the value alone. The Omen box set's great. I love that set. I'm like, how is anybody even going to compete with Omen right now? But 6 4Ks compared to the 5 Blu-rays, yeah, definitely sold me there. So that was pretty cool. All right, next up, we got Johnny.
Well, I was going to pull this one for mine, but Aaron beat me to it.
Do it again.
So I'm going. I've got to do it. I've had to. I'm going to pull something I've pulled before, but it's been a while. So you've got 5 films in here. 2 of them, a lot of people know about. The others are. I'm talking about the Fly Collection.
Son of a bitch, Johnny.
Yeah.
Oh man,
You've got the original Fly, which is pretty good. I actually enjoyed this one. You've got the Return of the Fly, which is okay. You have this piece of crap, which feels like an Outer Limits episode. But then you have the 2 that everyone likes. You have this one, which really deserves a 4K.
Yeah.
And this one, which I remember going to watch in the theater, and I was like, you know what? The gore's pretty cool. But yeah, you have all 5 of these in here. You have tons of special features on just on these 2 alone are well worth the price of whatever you're going to find whenever you find this in the store. But yeah, that's what I'm picking since Aaron took the Omen away from me.
Sorry, but that's I don't own it, and that's got the amazing special features.
All right, Nate Jones, you're up.
Well, Jordan did the same thing for me. So, I just watched those this weekend, so they were really fun. Anyway, the one that I'm going to choose is one that you might expect at the end, but for value, because it's still available and it's limited edition form, And the fact that this is, I would argue, the definitive thing that makes Second Sight so amazing that it is. And I'm talking about the film The Hitcher. This movie, we've seen it before, but this is something that they worked on so hard and so much, extended the amount of times and amount of effort that they put into this because they worked with the director. But this has, speaking of value, like I said, this limited edition is still available with all of its amazing details. I mean, I can even find this in the shelf at my local Blu-ray shop, which normally I wouldn't see something like this in the wild. But anyway, there's also the fact that besides the fact that there's this one movie, there's also actually 4 other short films in here. So there's actually, technically 5 things in here, and they're all, various things directed by the same director, same writer as well, especially if you're interested in like the writing aspect of it, because this actually comes with the screenplay itself, which obviously we're not here talking about the contents of it. But for value, obviously the contents actually do really matter because there is this giant book, which of course, Johnny can wipe his butt with. But this is 200 pages, and it's just a love letter to this movie, this, kind of TV movie for the longest time for a lot of people. I told you about the screenplay right here, which this screenplay is terrific. I actually read this as well. Another toilet paper thing there. Of course, you get some brilliant art cards and, the 4K and Blu-ray disc with both of these having all the features on both sides. So you're able to watch it on both discs. It's the new 4K restoration, like I said, with the original camera negative approved by the director, with just so many extra special features as they always do. And they also put an amazing behind the scenes, kind of like the one I was talking about with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like showcasing this endeavor that they took on this entire piece of art right here. And this is if you've not seen this movie, this is like one of the most fun movies, and also like just mean-spirited movies, but like in the most fun way. You should check out the Hitcher.
All right, judges, let's get to the vote.
Yep.
Just do it.
I can't even let the fight begin.
Reveal. Wow. I'm the opposite tonight.
Fucking held a lot of you.
Oh, man.
I could have argued that.
All right, Huck.
I love I think you have seen The Fly pulled before, and that's a great pull. And you had me. I was like, yep, I'm voting Fly, but Nate pulls The Hitcher, and that's a meatball sub of a release right there. You got all the fixins in there. And because I hadn't really seen that pull before, and I haven't seen that Fly, and I'm sure I voted for that Fly because I have the box too. Love it. I was just a little bit enamored with the contents of The Hitcher. I thought they did a killer job on that one.
Nate?
Yeah, I think once he added in the short film stuff, I'm like, okay, you know what though? Then this is more of a experience than just The Hitcher, which is an awesome movie. I like the Fly set as well. Very traditional sort of box set, like nothing wrong with it really. That little kind of thing edged me out because I don't love all the Fly movies.
Right.
But it was it was neck and neck until
so I guess we like toilet paper, Johnny. So I guess we all like toilet paper.
And that's part of a box set, the book. I don't want to read them, but some people like to.
I'm honestly still surprised that you could still go out and get that, that thick box set of The Hitcher. I thought
that
it
was
thing
sold out.
would be gone like that because they've been talking about it for years. Oh, we're finally going to get it. We're finally going to get it.
I'm on Orbit's website right now. You can buy it right there. So
what's the price on it?
$60.
Yep.
I was going to pick it up when I was in Paris, actually. Oh,
Mike said never mind.
Mike said, there goes the value.
That's a note for me. Yeah, how to go The Fly. You have 4 movies in there I actually quite like. I love the box set. Like, I love the art design. It really tells you what the movies are about. So I actually like that box set better than the Omen set. So for me, I had to go Scream Factory there.
Nice. And Aaron's only played box sets tonight. I didn't even realize Scream Factory had that many. Because they had that Omen one. And they had that. They got a million.
All right, Jody, you're up.
Am I though?
Oh, God.
Well, We saw The Omen. We saw The Fly. I'm not going to waste my breath with Halloween or Friday the 13th. So get the fuck ready. Here we go.
Here we go.
It's
So
coming.
here is a beautiful. This set is only $30. You can still buy this right now. Okay, you get 3 Blu-rays, 3 separate movies starting from the 70s to the 80s. We could talk about them if you really want to. It's the Alive trilogy, guys.
Yeah.
Look out. Look out. You didn't see this coming. I didn't see this coming either. Holy shit. Here we go.
Let's go.
You gotta look. Hey, look, white. Holy hell, we got white. White. Look at that. You got. I mean,
Clean.
honestly, it's kind of a sweet ass cover. To be honest with you, but all 3 of these, you actually get little special features
Look at that thing.
on all of them, which is super surprising. Look at there. That's beautiful too. Inside each one, they actually have reversible art. You guys, reversible art on all of these. So you get 2 choices of which one you want to look at if you ever actually look at them. So here's this one. Here's the Island of the Alive. These are great, guys. You want to talk about value? Holy shit! Look at that guy. That's not reversible art, but it's fun to look at. Look at that. That's the exact noise that he makes. But guys, if you enjoy just fun, wacky ass, scary movies, this is what you get right here. It's the Alive trilogy, $29.50 on Amazon. What a value!
Yep.
Great QVC pitch.
Thanks, man.
All right, Jake, you're up.
So this is a box set, but it's the standard edition of this set. I kind of hate to pull it out now, but I'm going to. It's Dawn of the Dead. This sucker is amazingly great. Again, I buy Second Sight editions for their discs. This has different cuts of Dawn of the Dead on their own 4K discs here. For this being the standard edition is absolutely insane to me because it is a 4-disc set here. You get the theatrical cut, you get the extended can cut, you get the Argento cut, and then you get a whole Blu-ray right here full of special features, which includes a couple of documentaries. You also, get a nice quote on the back. That spine is nice and beefy, is it not? And just the amount of goodies that are on this release is absolutely insane. Transfers look phenomenal. I know that Scream Factory got Day of the Dead. Second Sight, I hopefully will always have Dawn of the Dead because I don't know if there's going to even need to be another 4K release of this.
Mine has a beefy spine too.
Yeah.
The title's very small on that beefy spine.
I was going to choose this, by the way, just so you guys know. This was my runner. In case somebody chose something else, I'm a Larry Cohen guy. I'm a hardcore Larry Cohen guy. Phone booth, just incredible stuff that he does. And I am a massive fan of the one that you probably hate. This one right here, Dawn of the Alive. I love this movie. And I'll tell you why. When I grew up, kiddies that don't know me, I was going to be an actor. That's what I was going to do, acting. And Michael Moriarty's in this. And Michael Moriarty is one of those actors that everything that he does is a layered, peeled back performance that's absolutely ingenious. These are loaded with features, by the way. Loaded up with features, with commentaries, with interviews. I adore these films. Larry Cohen took this really simple concept of and it's scary, of having your kid be something that's kind of monstrous, that turns against you. And he does that with It's Alive, and It Lives Again is good, but I think just kind of adds on that. But All of the Alive goes into the direction of let's humanize what we've seen in the last 2 films as just basic monsters. Let's really humanize these children because they're children. At the end of the day, they're children. And in a lot of cases, in the 3rd film, they're being put in cages, they're being killed, till they finally go to an island, and we get to see Michael Moriarty fighting for the rights. And this is a real good time to type fighting for those rights. And it's just does it for me. It does it for me. At the end of the film, when you I won't give it away, but yeah, it's more hopeful than you would expect. And it's Larry Cohen, so it's a smarter script than you expect on every one of them. Cohen is an amazing writer. Rest in peace, Larry Cohen. Those are way better than people give them credit for, and they're way deeper than people give them credit for.
All right, judges, let's get to the vote.
I love my team.
Jeez.
1, 2, 3 reveal.
Holy shit, we did it again.
Screen Factory. Wow.
All right. And I was gonna pull Halloween.
Yeah.
You would have lost.
You should have pulled this.
Oh, that was second. That was second. I was like, I'm just not gonna waste my breath. That's a lot to go through, and to be.
So what I will say this about the two choices. I think Jake pulled the better movie. Let's face it.
By far.
There is no competition.
Yeah.
I have the It's Alive box set. I've had it for 8 years. I've never watched it. Dawn of the Dead, I've seen numerous times, and I love.
Yeah. I just felt that the box set aspect of it and the value aspect of it, as silly as they still sounded kind of like fun to watch, like in a weird way. But again, it wasn't about the movie. It is about the box set and the value. So taking that to heart, I leaned on to It's Alive. I don't know why, but I did.
I
Jody?
agree. I like with Huck, same thing. Like Dawn of the Dead is far superior. It's a lot. Island of the Alive is one of the greatest titles I've ever heard in my life. First of all, Island of the Alive is hilarious. It's 3 different movies. Dawn of the Dead, it's like a bunch of versions of the same movie. I usually don't like picking a box set that's one film. The Hitcher, at least that's why I got sold on the little short films and stuff. There's something else in there. So it's a little more traditional. It's probably a crap movie. I don't know. Not according to Aaron. It might be good. I have no idea. But that was kind of my reasoning.
Yeah, I had to go with that second sight one because you have so many discs in there, and it is in 4K, so that's really cool. I just ordered my second sight one of that, so I've never seen the movie. Hopefully, it's good.
And it's the standard edition set for it.
Yeah.
The box that still looks that great.
Yeah, I think I got it for like 40-something bucks off of Orbit. So I'm like, that's pretty good price.
That's pretty standard.
I'll take that. I think that's value there. It's a live trilogy. I've thought about it, but then I looked up the trailer and I'm like, I still don't know if the value is there.
You can do it, man. $30, you can do it.
Yeah,
I'm just like, how many times am I going to watch these movies? That's
over and over.
Myself. All right, very good. Wow. Very good round there. So we're
Johnny, you pulled that fly box. I got pissed. I'll be honest with you. I had to go. I had to leave.
Well, Aaron pulled that damn Omen box, and I got pissed. Damn it!
I didn't think anybody would choose Omen but me. That's what I thought.
Yeah, so
that's the only one that I've never
round.
shown before.
All right, pay attention, people. 4th round, Screen Factory. We have 10 points. Second Sight, we have 8 points. So still very close. Very, very close game. Excellent job, by the way, both teams so far. It's been like split decision every one, so that's really cool. But 4th round, best overall. What represents your boutique? Once again, we really want to sell the boutique label here. So let's see who's going to win this, Second Sight or Screen Factory. We're going to find out now. So going into the 4th round, let's mix it up a little bit. Let's mix it up here for sure. There we go. Are those newish?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. And then we'll switch it over to Second Sight to start the 4th and final round. So Jordan, you are up.
All right. Well, I'm just going to pull it. You know what? We all know this was going to get pulled. It's been pulled before. It's been pulled in this game, but I'm going to do it anyway. We're going to go with the big boy limited edition Dawn of the Dead set. Now, this obviously has everything disc-wise that the one that Jake, pulled last round. But, I mean, come on. The extra stuff you're getting with this that I think is really, really cool and worth checking out is you are getting three discs, so 3 different soundtracks right there. You're getting some toilet paper material. I know we keep harping on that. But let's see. You are getting what I think is really cool with this because you don't get it much with a lot of different releases. Is you are getting Dawn of the Dead, the book, which is really cool. What I think why this really defines Second Sight. Well, one, obviously, this was their first film introduction into 4K. This is really what put Second Sight on the map as a boutique label globally. Now, they've done other releases. They're all Blu-rays, obviously. in the past. They're obviously known for their prestigious packaging. I think it's clearly evident in this game, and then obviously with all the previous rounds we've done with this. Sorry, let me get that back on. With this also, I mean, this is like a museum piece, guys. I mean, let's be honest. It's just an incredible piece of art here. I mean, you got a meticulous restoration. Okay. You, like I said, you have premium packaging, extensive, thoughtful extras in here. I mean, there's so much you are getting in this. This really has the cinephile and collector first mentality with this release. I see this as the defining, definitive and defining release that Second Sight has in their catalog. Because Second Sight isn't just about selling movies, right? They're creating definitive editions, artful editions that celebrate not only the film, but also the history and the craft. And they're going to package it in a way that's going to sell that to anyone who picks up anything from Second Sight, really, whether it be a limited edition like you see here, or the edition that Jake pulled, the standard edition of Dawn of the Dead. And that's why I think this is just you can't beat this. This is Second Sight in a release right here.
All right, Johnny, very interesting. Are you going to go toe to toe or a sneaky attack? What do you got, Johnny?
Well, unlike, Jordan, I'm not going to pull something that's already been pulled. I'm not going to pull something that I've pulled before in a stream. To me, this movie is beloved. It has a connection to what Jordan pulled. But to me, what best represents Scream Factory is Day of the Dead. I've never pulled this before. Granted, it's getting a 4K, but we don't know when we're going to get the 4K. But with this, I mean, yes, you do have documentaries on here, but do you realize how hard it is to get this now, especially with a slipcover? I mean, this film, it's unrated. And just to throw a little shot at Jordan here, you don't have to have a region-free Blu-ray player to watch all the special features on this. That's what's great about Scream Factory. You don't have to buy an extra player just to watch all the stuff that comes with it. So, yeah, Jordan's got Dawn of the Dead. I've got Day of the Dead.
Well, if you live in the UK, you can't play Scream Factory discs. So
it's a good thing we're all red-blooded Americans here.
This is America, Jack.
No, not Aaron.
I'm not. He's on our side, though.
Yeah.
And like Don has been chosen. Like even it's a different edition. It has been chosen, and that almost puts like Halloween back on the table because that's
please do.
I'll be right back.
But but it's a great edition. But that Day of the Dead, when that came out, I remember being in the freaking store and getting it home and not knowing what was on it, and it had this like feature-length documentary, which was super cool. And we're at this point now, 13th anniversary of Scream Factory. What do? They have this event. You go there, Landis there, show them Prana, and after that, they come with Day of the Dead, the new remaster, which people are going crazy. They worked so hard. This is Scream Factory. This is what they wanted to do. They've been looking for this film for years. They put out the best edition possible of Day of the Dead ever. It's right there, right now. There's no other edition, so you can't go on what's going to come in the future. You have to go on what is there right now. We can't say, is there 4K of this? There's going to be, but is there now? No, right now, at this moment, this is the definitive edition of Day of the Dead. If you want to see Day of the Dead looking as good as it does right now, Johnny's got it.
This brings up a fair factor with Scream Factory, though. They do, yes, the 4K is coming out. Scream Factory's putting it out. The only thing new with a lot of their 4Ks are the transfer. All the other special features and stuff are the exact same. With that Dawn of the Dead, even if we talked about it twice, there's a reason for that. It's the definitive edition of that. You get so many cuts of the film. You get multiple documentaries about the film. That is an encyclopedic version of Dawn of the Dead.
And also, you're never going to get really another release of Dawn of the Dead, most likely.
Especially in the States.
Because the way to get this right, I mean, they performed a miracle to be able to get the rights to release this. And I think too, not to throw shade, but Second Sight backs their stuff. They don't ship their product damaged as much as Scream Factory does. Scheme Factory, Scratch Factory,
Off-gassing Factory.
Off-gassing Factory.
All right, let's get to the vote. Judges, we ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, 1, 2.
Don't vote for something that's already been
3,
pulled.
reveal.
Sorry, Johnny.
Oh, burning hell.
Fix
A
the
lot
sound.
of you.
All right.
Okay, I don't want to hear any more stuff about Halloween after that. After something being pulled twice in the same show.
Hey,
just
you
like
know
good
what?
about
I
release.
think it's only fair because this is the round that defines the company itself. So I think it's kind of all fair game at this point,
True.
in my
But so
opinion.
it's-
But I'm not a judge, so
I'll
And
say
it's the
that,
final round.
that's the reason I felt okay voting for it, because there is nothing else after this. There's no
Yep.
next show. There's no, and if you got to show me the definitive release for that boutique label, if you guys think Halloween is it, play it. That's fine. I don't. That thing seems like the cream of the crop, right? The top of the mountain of Second Sight. So, yeah, I had to go with it. And Johnny, I mean, that's a good pick as well. You know, hard to get now, or like you said with the slipcover and everything. They're both kind of like the versions y'all showed are like you can only buy them from resellers anyway.
Yeah.
So,
So,
yeah,
so had I pulled this, I would have won.
Yes.
Maybe.
I don't know.
we'll never know.
Hey,
We'll never know.
Tonight. You got 2 other
Just saying you
people.
might.
But
And on that note, I'll be right back.
Like I'll say this because exactly what Nate says, like that definitive Dawn of the Dead. I've seen. I mean, I don't have that version. I got the one that Jake has, but that is sort of their definitive thing. And I didn't vote for it for a box set, so I was okay. If I wouldn't have voted twice for the same thing, but because I passed on it for Jake's box set, I did feel it represented the overall thing just a scotch more than Johnny's rare slipcover Day of the Dead. Just a scotch.
Man, I feel like Scream Factory is trying to lose this. Come on, guys. Show me that Dawn of the Dead or Day of the Dead. I don't know what the heck you showed. Some kind of dead thing. I haven't seen it. But you're getting a 4K re-release of it. Yes, we already know of this. We know the announcement. And that shows what Scream Factory is all about from a bad perspective. Because they have been re-releasing everything to 4K, which is why I don't get Scream Factory Blu-rays anymore. I'm just waiting for the 4Ks to come out. So I think that shows something negative of Scream Factory that they're known for. Whereas Jordan showed something Second Sight's known for that's more positive with all the fixings, big, nice, big box. You could tell it's Second Sight right away. So, yeah, had to go Second Sight. I'm like, Johnny, you could have pulled any other 4K. I would have given it to you. If you pulled any, even that Friday the 13th, I would have gone for you because it was shown twice. I don't like stuff being shown twice. So I thought we're going to go toe-to-toe. I thought that was the opportunity where it's like, okay, we already had a repeat, go toe-to-toe with your better repeat, but you didn't. You went for the sneak attack, and it just
Moving
didn't
the
pass
fucking
through.
goalpost.
Hey, it wasn't shown twice. This is just 2 different versions.
There you go. See, Jordan's very
2 different
convincing.
releases.
What? It's the same thing, isn't it?
All right, Nate Jones, you're up.
Okay, how to follow that up? All right, so I'm actually going to go a little bit more simplistic and also just give you kind of more of a personal story here with Second Sight. This was my introduction to Second Sight in the first place, and also kind of my introduction to kind of Region B stuff in the first place. I mean, I was buying some indicator titles and some BFI stuff, but this is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I think this absolutely defines what Second Sight is. I'm talking about the film In Bruges. In Bruges is, I think, Martin McDonagh's best. Obviously, Banshees of Insurance right up there. They're both perfect films in my opinion. But this is his debut film. Came out in 2008. This is starring Colin Farrell, Brendan Gleeson, and Ray Fiennes. All incredible actors. If you don't know who they are, go watch Harry Potter. They're all in there. But anyway, this is about, 2 hitmen on the run from a botched job and kind of facing the consequences of that. And this movie, along with, just the repertoire of what Second Sight does. Obviously, it deals with some horror, and it deals with some action, some adventure. You know, obviously, I just talked about the Pusher. I would equate some of that to this, actually, in a weird way. But they do really, really great work in terms of their definitive editions of, you know, what we've been talking about. And there has been a Kino release after the fact of this, but I still think this is the definitive version of it, because Kino kind of just made a 4K version of the film without as many special features, because the special features on here are, you know, this is one of the earlier Second Sight film like boxes that they put out. So they have a lot of like new interviews with the different people who were involved with it. But it also has a short film that I only remember watching on YouTube called Six Shooter, which I actually kind of fell in love with Martin McDonagh, and it has the brilliant dark comedy of his work that kind of showcases what he was going to do in the future. But yeah, this is a movie, you know, kind of in the name of Second Sight, almost, you know, brilliantly puts the fact that, you know, this is a second chance of a film that had a debut of some sorts, but it's finally got a second look, right? And, you know, something like this, something like Monster, this is just a representation for me of that. And why, you know, puts a lot of, you know, kind of modern context films in a second purview for people in the audience. And, you know, you can have a deeply personal connection like I do with something like this, where I just look at it and I just remind myself, this is why I like Second Sight, is because it introduces me to some of my favorite things that I have in my collection. And I adore this movie, and everyone needs to go watch this movie. This is one of the best. All right, Jody, you're up.
Okay, the NyQuil is kicking in hard right now, guys. Here we go.
Nice.
Listen, I took this round a different direction. When I think of Scream Factory, I think of options. I'm a big steelbook guy, but they also give us the options of a slipcover, sometimes 2, 3 slipcovers, posters, magnets, pins, t-shirts. So when I think of Scream Factory, I think of options. So can I pick one movie? No, but I can show off some of what I consider some of their best options. And that's what my round's about. It's about the options that they give us, like this beautiful wraparound for the 4K RoboCop 2. And you also get the option of an amazing slip. I think this is probably the definition for Scream Factory for me. You can go on their website and get exclusive slipcovers. You can hop on Amazon and get those slipcovers. You can build your package. You can spend however much money you want to spend, depending on what you want. And for me, that's pretty cool of a label to give you those options. Even if some of them are Blu-ray, most of them are now 4K. I think it's great. Can I just pick one title? No, but they give you the options for a collector like me. Do I want both? Do I want one or the other? How much money do I want to spend? And that's what I love about Scream Factory. And I think that's what this round's more about, is why do we love Scream Factory? What represents them? I think it's options. And that's what I want to showcase for my round, was the options that they give us.
So best overall is everything.
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 Huh.
I like that choice. Okay, that's different.
Minus toilet paper.
Bold move. We'll see if it pays off. Anything else anybody wants to say on that?
Yeah, some might call them choices. Others might call it like needing to have both and double dipping. And that's what the company is kind of known for, is just kind of like sinking their teeth into the collector and having people grab the same version of the movie in different packaging.
Or releasing like Mario, a beautiful Mario Bava set, but the next week, in Blu-ray, then the very next week announce one of the movies in 4K. I mean, that's a
slipcover though, Jordan.
That's pretty
it's got a
low.
slipcover.
Oh, that's right.
The other one doesn't. It's in a box set.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
I'm a collector, so I'll collect.
We ready? All right, 1, 2, reveal. All Scream Factory. Nice. All right, Nate, what were you thinking?
Yeah, I respect the bold move, actually. If you would have stopped at RoboCop 2, I would have I would have given you the round. And it's not necessarily because I love that movie, but who else is going to do that many things for RoboCop 2 than Scream Factory? And I think that's kind of the spirit of the round, right? I love In Bruges. I bought the Kino 4K because it was easy for me to get. I don't import too much, but I love that movie. But Scream Factory and, Second Sight, and I mean, I'm surprised you guys didn't push back much. I mean, they re-released stuff too. Like we saw 2 different versions of Dawn of the Dead. They have the fat box and the skinny box of this one and that one. So it's similar in that regard. So I'm surprised Scream Factory team didn't point that out. But yeah, you had me at RoboCop 2. Yeah, I see what you're doing, and I don't double dip, but people don't have to. Just because they give you options, I mean, you gotta buy them all. You could just buy one. So I don't put it on the company. I mean, they could re-release the movie 11 times if they feel like it. People keep buying it. Why would they stop?
How about you? Open Halloweens.
I mean, I feel someone Jody just talked it up as like what makes them unique. Where do they keep standing out? And it's all those options, and we all know, like it or not, that is what they're known for. And you do get to pick and choose. And I often don't go for the pins and posters and all that jazz, but sometimes I do have a couple. Yeah, actually, when I was at Comic-Con, they actually sold the pins separately because I guess they had overstock. So that was a nice option. I didn't have to drop 120. I could just go get the pins because I already own the movie. So that was nice. So that's what swayed me, bro.
Yeah, I judge you, Jody, only off of RoboCop 2. That's what I was sticking with. But In Bruges, I feel that's a Kino Lorber title. Yes, I know both of them did it, but when I think of In Bruges first, just Kino Lorber pops into my mind as like the best value option.
It was like 5 years after the fact.
Yeah. So, I mean, it just pops into my mind. Where you show RoboCop 2, that screams Scream Factory to me right away. So.
Screams Arrow to me.
Yeah.
Wow. They did a 4K of RoboCop 2 Arrow?
No.
Just
but they most likely will, though. Just saying. So,
Yeah.
And I'll probably get that version over Scream Factory.
I don't know. That was a cool looking steelbook.
I'll probably get it too.
Those are called.
Hey, you really like RoboCop 2, Jody.
If it looks cool, I'm probably gonna get it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a problem I seem to have.
All right, Jake, you're up.
Okay, it all comes down to this, right?
Yeah,
That's correct.
we're tight. It could go either
on,
way,
Jake.
right, Mike?
Right, yeah.
Correct.
Aaron, best of luck to you, virtual handshake. This should be a very fun
I
battle.
think you're gonna win it, but go.
My pick here, kind of going off of what Nathan said, gives a movie a second chance of finding life, or it has a cult following of some sort and is growing that cult with their release. I've seen 86 physical media releases that have come out this year so far. This is my favorite of the year just for everything that is inside of this set, and that is for Shane Black's The Nice Guys. Not only did I see this movie in theaters and I thought it was perfection then, no one talked about it. This movie was a crash and bomb in theaters. I think it only made like $30 million or something. Not great whatsoever. There are so many different, the beginning of this movie showing the opening of like all the studios that helped make it. All of them besides Warner Brothers are gone now. Like they all helped to try to make this. And this movie is just a passion project. And the fact that Second Sight got their hands on this release and made a phenomenal box set for it is something special. The transfer, my favorite transfer of the year so far. There are not only new interviews with director Shane Black, with a producer of the film that kind of goes through some of the hiccups of like, okay, yeah, we helped produce this movie, but then what happened? Very fun, fascinating story. The case is great. The packaging here is phenomenal. There's a video essay on here that goes over Shane Black's buddy cop dynamic that he really perfected, and it's my favorite special feature of the year so far. There's just so many well-crafted elements in this release specifically that I feel like really showcases what Second Sight has to offer. Again, a nice hardcover book. I know Aaron has been knocking a lot on box sets. I can do box sets and books. It's very nice. The character cards here, they also do very fun things with those. I have one behind me right there with Ryan Gosling. It's just nice character sheets. Like normally character cards, if they're stills from the film, I'm not really too excited for it. I love seeing that they put a little love and care into these as well, kind of going over some of the characters in a unique way. And that's what I think Second Sight is. It's unique. They go above and beyond for a boutique label and give you the best quality encyclopedic version of that movie that there is. And I don't think even if there is another version of this, there's no need for me to get it because I've got perfection right here in my hands.
All right, Aaron, are we going toe to toe or risking it for the biscuit? Let's see it.
I'm risking it. Definitely, because I really like the Nice Guys. Now I'll tell you right now, when Second Sight announced that they were going to do it, I was like, Second Sight? That doesn't seem like a Second Sight title. It didn't scream Second Sight to me. So that was a interesting choice. I decided to go with something. I didn't go for a box set. I'm not going for something with a booklet. I'm going for something that epitomizes Scream Factory. And for those that watch my channel and have known me for a long time, I really came into like collecting around the times again when Scream Factory came around, because they seemed to get into my head and know the films that I wanted to own. When they started out, they're putting out Halloween 2, Halloween 3, they had They Live, they had all these, they had The Dead, they had all these incredible releases from my youth, from my childhood that I saw in the video stores. Things that I hadn't seen in years, things that had just gotten VHS releases, things that never gotten DVDs, things that had disappeared. So I'm not going to go for something new. I'm not going for Nice Guys, which is a newer film. I'm going to choose something that was a harder find, that was a massive part of my childhood, that I absolutely adore, that I love, that the actors in it are superb. The features are fantastic. It doesn't have a booklet. It doesn't have a book. It's got a slipcover. I don't care if this one has a slipcover or not, but Alone in the Dark, Martin Landau, Jack Palance. You know, we got Dwight Schultz, you know, from the A-Team in this one as well. We have such an incredible cast. Donald Pleasance, who's one of my favorite actors of all time. This was something that I watched over and over again on VHS. I used to rent it. It had this, like, I wonder if it has a cover thing. It had this very different, unique cover of like just somebody holding an axe, which is kind of like a throwback to the ending of the film. This has a Friday the 13th like idea cameo with it. If you watch the film, I give that away. I don't want to give too much away, but I love this movie. It's a wonderful character study. It's a beautiful piece, and this represents Scream Factory because this is exactly what Scream Factory was meant to be. Show Factory put out Scream Factory to be a horror kind of 80s style, which would later shift onto the 90s as well. Will bring you stuff from your video store, stuff from your youth, from my youth, from my childhood that I watched over and over again. Stuff that I would, if you went to the store, you would see this film, and all of a sudden you can't see this film unless you go out, you go buy VHS. It's not an easiest film to find. So when they announced that this was coming out, it was a massive deal. It was a huge deal to have this film with these actors. There's no 4K of this, by the way, guys. This is the Blu-ray. This is it. It is an incredible film. If you haven't seen it, I do recommend, whether you vote for me or not, pick up this film. It is a great film. It is a basic story of these mental patients played by Jack Palance, Martin Landau, and Donald Pleasance, whose doctor leaves to go to another clinic. They're kind of paranoid, schizophrenic, and they feel that, oh no, something's happened to the doctor. There's a blackout. They got to leave to go they got to save the doctor. They got to find the doctor. Meanwhile, there's another character that we don't see his face called the Bleeder, who's very psychotic, and there's a mystery to it as well. I rented this so many times. This is Scream Factory. As in the box sets, great. Halloween, Friday 13th, those are amazing sets. Those are amazing accomplishments. But this is Scream Factory right here. This is exactly what Scream Factory was meant to be when it first came about. This is exactly what Scream Factory is. And this is what it is at its ultimate best.
With Second Sight, what I like about them is because you don't really know where they're going to go, but whenever they announce a title, you get excited for it because Second Sight has it. I could have went the Drive box set. I could have went the Guest box set. I could have went the Blair Witch Project. What all of those have in common is that they have the most in-depth, best transfers they can get, the most best packaged device that you can have. And even if you get the standard edition, you know the transfers are going to look great. All of the special features that they put out is top tier. I don't have the big box set of Blair Witch, but I have the little mini standard guide, because it has not only the movie, it has that great documentary that they made themselves. Second Sight is so good at just crafting newness. Like, they don't put out a lot of titles. I think they put out maybe like 20 to 30 releases a year. But those releases that they put out, they don't just poop out. They make it and craft it with love and care, and it sits on your shelf, and you know that anything from that label, more often than not, you're going to have a fun time with. Scream Factory kind of puts out a lot of things all over the place. I really like my Second Sight collection. My Scream Factory collection might be bigger, but I enjoy the titles that are in the Second Sight collection more.
Can I say too? Sorry, with Aaron, I agree with you on that release, 100%. But that's what they were and not who they are now. So that's the problem with Scream Factories. They have changed now. They're different. They seem to be a different company now. How they release their releases. Second Sight has been tried and true. They are steady. They've been the same since the start. The films they put out, the craft they put into their work. Like Jake said, they don't put out a lot of stuff, but when they do, it's an event when they put it out. I feel like Scream Factory, they had their moment in time where they were the label, but they've kind of turned a corner now, and they're kind of different, and they're not as good as they were. So while I agree with you, Aaron, I just don't feel like that's not who they are anymore.
Everyone was excited for their 10th anniversary. Like, that was a big deal. The 13th anniversary, people are just like, whatever. There's more focus on Shout Studios and the whole Kung Fu side of things, as opposed to Scream Factory and just kind of putting out 4Ks of stuff they've already released.
I think that actually having Dawn of the Dead, so Day of the Dead right now, is kind of is a go back to what Scream Factory initially was, because it's not, because people say they're doing Day of the Dead, they're doing a 4K of something that they put out. The Day of the Dead was one of the first releases that Scream Factory put out. They really wanted to do the best definitive edition of that. We want to second sight it. We want to second sight it by doing the definitive edition of Day of the Dead. It's a passion project, in the same way that David Gregory's passion projects have been the films of the of the video nasties. The same way we've seen kind of Joe Rubin with Vinegar Syndrome have the passion projects initially of the kind of the more raunchier, sleazier type of titles. When people think of Scream Factory, I think, respectfully, that this here is what you think. That it's the horror films from your youth, from your childhood, but it's the ones that you can't get. It's the ones that you forgot existed, the ones that lingered on the shelf that you watch, and you think, nobody else saw this. Did this really exist? Did I see this? Does anybody else know that this movie exists? And they did it, and they brought it back, and now a lot more people know that this exists. I'm so happy for it. I'm so happy that Scream Factory did that, and that this is, at the end of the day, what they do. And that's why I have such a large Scream Factory collection, because even if there's the older titles, even if it's titles from this is 2022, right? 2023, they're the films that represent me. And Alone in the Dark represents Scream Factory, and Incel represents me as a collector and as a movie fan, as a horror fan.
All right, Nate Jones, one last thing.
Yeah, one last thing. Just kind of looking at the spirit of both companies, obviously, in this final round, so it's really fantastic here. I think the thing that I love the most about Second Sight, especially in this day of social, just having so many different boutique labels, having so many different niches and things that they focus on, it's kind of refreshing to have a Blu-ray label that only puts out a few things a year, just with how budget constraints are these days. And the fact that, if we're talking about quantity versus quality, there's something special kind of going with what Jake said about looking at my collection and seeing I have, thousands and thousands of movies, and I have quite a bit of Second Sight and quite a bit of Scream Factory, but there's something special about the fact that there's this quality edition of this particular, release. I could look at Umbrella and think about what they do, but I don't think they're anywhere near the level of what Second Sight does in terms of the way that they take their time with their restorations, and they actually make the ultimate edition of this. To Aaron's point, I think Scream did have their day, if you will, of the dead. And I think that they are really good at what they used to do. But now I think, like along with some other companies, I'm not going to name them, but I just feel like they are kind of turning it out for a profit more so than thinking more about the movie itself. And so that's why I love Second Sight so damn much.
I more have a nostalgic feel for Scream Factory more than I do a love for them now.
All right, judges, we ready?
Ooh wee!
All right, hang on.
Right?
That was some good fighting, y'all.
I have questions. Like,
you have
I'll
questions?
ask after.
Okay.
No, you know what? I'll wait.
Are you sure, Judge Nate? This is the time.
This is the time, Nate.
This is it.
Ask your question.
If your vote's going to be swayed.
No, it can't be swayed. I know who I'm going with. I think when we go after, then I'll kind of.
All right, let's get to it.
Good. That was very good.
1, 2, 3, reveal.
Oh man!
Wow,
that was close, y'all. That's really hard.
That was fun.
Can't say I didn't leave with bumps and bruises, but.
Yeah. All right, Judge Nate, what'd you have to say?
So one bonus point to my man Jake for the white box. Clean, loved it, looked fantastic. Great pick. When you were talking, I have the nice guy. I just have this little 4K one that Warner Brothers put out here. Because again, I don't always import or it has nothing on it. It has the movie on it. That's what they got. It got the movie on it. And I respect boutique labels who actually get studio movies and do things that the studio won't do with it. My only question with Second Sight, and maybe you guys can elaborate, I get what Scream Factory is. I don't get what Second Sight is besides amazing versions of a movie. Like, what is their, they don't have a niche. They don't have it. They just put down
they have a statement. But
no,
yeah,
but like, what is the type of movie that, like, I know what Criterion is mostly putting out. I know what Scream Factory is going to put out. Like, Aaron, I think, did an amazing job of describing Scream Factory, who's also starting to go with more bigger titles lately. But I feel like Second Sight, it's kind of all over the place. It's like they're all great versions. And
You say that like it's a bad thing, Nate. I love that they're all over the place.
What was Criterion? Totally all over the place.
Well, yeah, I don't mean it as in a bad thing. What I mean more so is when you're talking about what does this boutique do? They do a great version of said movie. But what kind of movies do they put out?
If I was to compare
anything like just anything that they feel like it, as opposed to like horror, B movies, C movies you used to only could get on tape. This is the first time ever. Like, I don't think for the most part the Second Sight stuff is not the first time it's been like in any sort of maybe 4Ks. But that's my only question. I still picked it. I still think you did an amazing job, both of you guys. But I'm always confused. I don't really know what they are as far as the choice.
You talked about them. I think the closest boutique label, in my opinion, that you can compare them to, in a way, with their title selections, you guys could disagree with if you like, is Criterion. Because Second Sight goes after those kind of more cult cinema films of all genres. Okay. Regardless of now they have, of course, their standouts, their more popular releases, Dawn of the Dead, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I would argue the Blair Witch, but they also, and the reason I say Criterion is because they have this release, and Second Sight and Criterion have a lot of the same titles out. Yeah. Picnic at Hanging Rock. I was going to play this, but I changed my mind on it. But that's how I see Scream Factory. Is they go after the more the cult classics type of films, I guess.
Kind of like a UK version, or I guess Arrow Video's UK too, but I see both of them kind of like in the same area, the same mindset. You don't really know where Arrow Video is going to go. They can do Deep Blue Sea, they can do The Mask, they can go all over the board.
Stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Arrow seems to do a lot of studio work.
That's what I said, Mike.
Anyway, Huck,
good one, man.
So, I mean, I love the passion for everyone. Aaron, guy, you were pitching up a storm, but, I will say also, Jake, you were killing it. Your team kicked in, and sort of, I would say the team swayed me, Aaron, from you. Is Jordan. Blame Jordan for saying how.
I think this is still the better representative release. I think you guys voted more on what Scream Factory is now, which is
that's what he was saying, is that's what they were, not what they are, which I think holds a little weight. And I do think both of them, whereas Scream may do a lot of re-releasing, and Second Sight does a lot of haphazard releases. That makes me feel a little bit more like Kino, but fatter boxes, because you never know what Kino's going to do. I think Criterion's too niche.
They just diarrhea every month. My God, there's so much.
Good
you
God.
don't know what genre they're doing is what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's never something super obscure like sometimes Criterion can do. And I don't think you guys pulled anything too obscure, although Jordan, I hadn't heard of that series before. What was it, Psycho
Pusher?
series, or what was it?
The Pusher movie.
Pusher.
I almost
That's
pulled
like
the newest.
That's
I was
the
really
newest
close
thing.
to doing that. Like
That's the newest thing I heard of tonight.
My original choice for the last round was this, but I changed it last month.
Wow.
Another box set.
Aaron,
Amazing.
you would have probably got my vote with that for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's really, but I'm like, nah, I'm going to go with something. Jake went personal and Nate went personal, so I wanted to go with something that was like hit home for me.
And that's what made it so close. That was really good.
I got
It was good.
when that got announced, that was one of those, oh my God moments for me. Like Fade to Black and Vinegar Syndrome, Alone in the Dark, were those two things from my childhood where I'm like, I need this right away.
Mike, what's
not close for me at all. Great arguments on both sides. Like tonight, that has been the best part. The debate, excellent, both teams. Yeah. But this was Scream Factory stream to lose. I came into this, I'm like, I don't know how Scream Factory doesn't sweep every round. I'm going Scream Factory.
I could have told you how we would have.
And I voted way more Second Sight than I was expecting. Because Scream Factory, what are these titles? Like, I've never even heard of Aaron's movie. And I thought Scream Factory is known for more mainstream, like mainstream horror, mainstream sci-fi, mainstream fantasy, which I didn't see any sci-fi or fantasy stuff pulled, which I'm like, come on, Scream Factory has so much stuff. And again tonight, we're seeing Halloween. Oh my gosh. We saw like Halloween twice tonight. Why? And then it's like, okay, if you're going to pull repeats, pull the best repeats. Show me Friday the 13th box set then. If you're going to do repeats, you might as well do the best repeat you have. And you didn't do that either. It's like you did repeats, but the worst of the repeats. Halloween.
Well, I mean, if we were going to pull Friday, we didn't know if we pull Friday the 13th, we were going to get dinged on it.
Well, you scared everybody out.
Yeah,
but if you're going to pull Halloween again, like, you might as well go. You get what I'm saying, though? It's like, I don't know. It felt wrong.
Nobody's pulled this piece of shit. Nobody has.
There's a reason.
And that won. Hey, that won.
That's right. Then Nate says somebody better pull Halloween. You know what?
I don't know. I wanted more from Scream Factory tonight. Sorry. And we did see some new stuff with Second Sight, like the Nice Guys, that Pusher set. I'm really interested in that set now. That looks like
Nice Guys set is absolutely sick. I love it. I don't have it, but I want it.
I think if you like the Nice Guys, highly recommend.
It's great, and the extras in there.
Just get the standard edition. The disc is
toilet paper great too.
I am shocked tonight because Second Sight is like my least favorite out of the mainstream boutique labels.
You only have one title.
I have the least amount of them. Yeah. But you guys are winning me over. So
it's okay, Mike. We'll get you there.
Yeah. Hey, I did order the Dawn of the Dead one. So this is my second Sight coming in. So hopefully I like it.
I have way more Scream Factory than Second Sight.
I know. I think Scream Factory has the most.
Me too.
I feel like they've also released thousands of more movies than Second Sight.
Which is like a disadvantage for Scream Factory at this point, because they're releasing less stuff with these big fancy box sets and stuff like that with books and all this, these like releases. And Scream has released so much and Show's released so much that after a while, like, things are going to get repeated.
But they released 13 Ghosts. Someone should have played 13 Ghosts.
There you go. That's a really good one.
Or Idle Hands or something that I love. I would have gotten it.
But congratulations. What kind of final was that? Overpriced, overshown, and over attitude. Glad it's over. Thank goodness. So what Second Sight wins here? A trophy, new trophy for you guys. So congratulations. Excellent job. Like I said, I wasn't expecting you guys to win, and you pulled it out. So that is incredible. So that's pretty awesome. You guys feel good down there?
Thanks, buddies.
There you go. And Scream Factory, guess what you get for being runner-up?
Nothing.
You get nothing. Good day, sir.
There you go. But let's go around real quick. Judges, Huck, what do you got going on?
Well, thanks for bringing me in on this last round. Johnny, you made it all the way to the end, bro. Come on. Wow, how great was that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been in your seat 1,000 times, but so good job. Good job, everybody. You guys played a great game tonight. Love the passion behind everything tonight. Yeah, man, check me out on all the socials, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and all that good stuff. Got a morning mug tomorrow morning. Be talking about the huge box office new releases and all that good stuff. And who knows? Just have to tune in. It's always like a free for all. So tune in, give me your comments, and help lead the conversation. Oh, and also please take on my double feature contest that I put out into the ether out there into the community, and very few people have taken it. But those who have, I thank you. It's fun, it's short, it's quick, and it's content for your channel. So check it out.
Nice.
All right, Nate.
Yeah, thanks again, Mike. I've been on so many of these. I've been on losing teams. I was on Second Sight one time as a substitute. I just remembered. I was on that team one time. Great job, guys. Everybody loved it. Fantastic. Geeks and Flicks is the channel. We have a new series we're doing called the Director Spotlight. We're doing Steven Spielberg's entire filmography. It's a podcast. You could audio or YouTube. Either way. Yeah, so check us out. We got a live stream coming up this Sunday where we'll be ranking the entire Jurassic Park franchise from the first one to Rebirth. So that's where you can find me.
All right, and our runner-up, Aaron.
Oh, me? Okay. So spooky season's next month. I'm doing a lot of stuff in the channel for that, and I've got a Patreon where a lot of content goes on too. Over the last few weeks, I've filmed and edited around 15 or 16 videos for October for my Patreon. I have starting a Discord coming up there as well, which is a lot of fun. And for me, where I'm older, it's a bit of a headache. I'm not going to lie. I'm doing this, by the way, guys, with caffeine at 4:30 in the morning. So
Whoa.
But
wow,
great
you
job,
guys,
sir.
Amazing. I went in thinking I was going to lose. Having no thoughts that I'd even come close to winning. So the fact that we even came close at all blows my mind. I love it because I do love me some Second Sight. And by the way, I just going to put it out there right now. Why did nobody ever pull this?
I almost did.
I don't have it
for the collection.
I only have the
This
standard.
is amazing.
Yeah, it's an incredible film.
It has both films. Oh, it's great.
Original and sequel, and the short film. It's one of my favorites. It was my first Second Sight release. My better half got
Great too. Sequel's
but
great.
a lot of stuff going on. Check the channel if you want to check the Patreon or membership. Do so. And I'm going to be having some watch parties coming up. That's why I made a Discord. And I'm going to look at some really weird stuff. So it's going to be fun.
Is that set still available?
No, sadly, you put the standard edition.
The
It has all the
standard,
same-
I have the standard, and
Standard
it,
edition,
it has the same exact stuff, just not the booklet. Not the
Yeah,
booklet.
it's got like a poster in it, which Second Sight doesn't do posters anymore. I'm a little upset about that, but
Same.
All right, Jody.
Yeah, Stills Raising 4Ks on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, group buys, announcements, fun stuff like that. I got a lot of stuff coming up, and definitely big things happening in January. Sneak preview. All right, I'm done.
All right, Johnny.
All right. Look, I'll say it. Thank you, Mike. Thanks to all the judges. Thank you, everybody I competed with. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I kind of figured that we weren't going to win this one, but hey, I had a blast. And yeah, it's spooky season's coming up. So April and I, we're going to do a live stream where we're going to do our spooky season watch list. But at least I'll know that I'm not the guy who pulled money talks during a damn battle.
Hey, no money talk slander here. That Second Sight needs to do that.
No, they don't.
4K box set. Let's go.
This is the last Second Sight release.
That movie's incredible. I love that movie. All right, Jordan. Our champions here, Jordan.
well, first, thank you for having me on. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm excited for other battles and stuff you got planned. But Yeah, as far as my stuff is going on, we just did, me and a couple of my buddies, we're doing a series called Fear by Year, where every month we are picking a year of horror and we are discussing that. We just did 1980. So we covered 6 films of the 1980. The 1979 episode just went up on Spotify podcasts. So you can check that out there. So that's a monthly thing we're doing. And then coming up, I don't know if some of you guys might have seen on Instagram, there's a little tease. It was a Strode Realty commercial. That's all it was. We have something very special planned for the week of Halloween. The whole week, it's a whole week of stuff. So that's something that we're kind of working on. I'm working on in the background, so be on the lookout for that. Yeah, but other than that, just trying to do videos and having a good time. So come check out the Movie Den.
And Nate Jones.
Yeah. Thank you again, Mike, for having me on here. And thanks for Jake and Jordan for being great teammates this all the way through. It's been really, really fun. And thanks to everyone who, I've seen all of you along the way in various different, judges or against you or whatever. But that it's always been that. It's been fun to just engage with the community. But anyway, my channel is Film Journeys with Nathan Jones. I've had different iterations on my channel, but right now I just kind of focus on kind of what I'm watching and, try to engage kind of like what Huck was doing with, his double feature, trying to get more people engaged with however they're watching movies, right? So right now I'm kind of making top 10 lists with a Film Journey wheel. I have this little Boutique Blu-ray wheel that I have that I don't have in front of me, but I kind of laminated different labels, and I spin it, and then I land on a boutique label, and I've been doing like 10 recommendations on that, and that my whole week has been dedicated to like that label. So right now, watching some Severin titles. And it's been a lot of fun. And I just recently did a Letterboxd thing, which made me think about In Bruges, which is why I brought it up today, because I adore this movie. But yeah, go check me out on Letterboxd and YouTube.
All right, Jake, who brought it home to second sight.
I think those are the only points I got in the entire game. So I'm glad I did something. But I'll be on your channel in a few weeks. Franchise battle. I'm Team Freddy Krueger. I can't even remember who we're playing. Freddy Krueger's going to win. So that's all I need to know. I brought back my podcast, Boutique Talk. I just had on Ryan from The Disconnected last week. That was a fun conversation. But mostly in November, I have my first special feature on a physical media release with Freaked from Umbrella. So if you end up getting that, just let me know in the comments or somewhere. I don't know what comments, but just let me know what you think of the video essay I had. It's cult movies and their second life on physical media. So kind of made sense. I had a blast making it, and I should probably be editing more special features that I'm a part of now instead of being on this live stream. But this was such a blast to do.
Yeah, great job, both teams. Excellent competition tonight. Very, very close every single round. So congratulations again to everybody. We're all winners here because it's all about celebrating physical media, getting recommendations out to more people. I've gotten so many recommendations just by doing these battles. So I'm really excited for my movie watch list now. So definitely do all the things out there, audience. The like, the subscribes, the notification bells. If you're thinking about, should I do this? Just think this.
Help me get one more.
That's it. How to do it for Nate. Little tradition right there. Help me get one more. And then also, if you're watching this on the replay, leave in the comments who do you think was going to win Scream Factory, Second Sight, some recommendations, some titles you love from both sides. And once again, I don't think we had a high tier member tonight, so I think I'm going to hold on to this for a little bit longer. But if you do watch the replay, and then you do sign up to become a high tier member of the channel, like I said, it's around $20, I believe, you will get this. And you can try it out. See if you like being a high tier member, getting video choices of topics you want to see on the channel. And worst comes to worst, you cancel at the end of the month, you spent $20, and you got Deep Blue Sea Arrow. So not a bad deal. Simple as that. But there we go, guys. Have a great night out there, everybody. And yeah, go watch some boutique labels now.
Good night.
Not another peep. Time to go to sleep.